Indeed, it is pizza time. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Untold Realms. Excuse my husband. He's cleaning the
Welcome to Ghostlight Theatre.
We are unmuted, right?
No, we're not.
We're here.
We're live.
Speaking.
Okay.
Okay,
Hi.
we're all talking nice.
Yes, we're all
We're
talking.
doing live, Johnson.
Oh my god. Okay, can I do
damn
the
it.
intro for 2 seconds without some male in my life interrupting me?
Sure.
Oh,
How
so I
many
can
males
still
do you
go
have?
then. Cool, thank you.
Wait, what?
How many males do you have? Is this a harem now?
1, 2, 3, and 4. There is one woman currently interacting with me.
Ow! Hello!
Oh, yes, indeed.
Women.
Okay, hi, hello. Welcome to Untold Realms, the Ghostlight Theatre. Today is session 3. I'm joined here by my colleagues, the Clown Car.
Not just the clowns, just the clown car.
Yeah, you're all clown cars, and inside of you are your smaller clowns.
Matryoshka
Those are
clowns
called
all the
night
way
organs.
down.
Those are called...
Parker
what?
the clown.
I'm not gonna lie to you, Brian. Those are called gametes.
Oh. I hate this.
Parker, I'm a clown.
Makeshift, get your clowns under control.
I experienced
Lord.
mitosis.
Okay,
Hang
alright.
on, I'll roll up the window. It'll make them all squeeze back in.
All right,
just, like,
gang.
I just gets stuck with my head getting compressed by the window as it goes up and down. It's just like
Anyway, does anyone remember what happened last session?
fuck no.
I remember John getting smacked.
Okay.
I know.
Makeshift.
I remember something that happened behind the closed doors, but
I remember
Yeah,
croissants
me too.
and Pepper again. This mentally brutalizing a man.
That seems like something she does often. Makeshift, would you be willing to
Yeah.
give us a little recap of what happened last session?
Sure. What happened in the previous session was that the party, I actually forget where it started. It was the end. Oh, yeah. It started out with you all outside of the Azure Moon Academy, with Henrik telling you all, okay, lay low for a bit, and we come back here tomorrow at the same time. You all then performed the heist after some various shenanigans within the town of varying degrees of YouTube appropriateness, including a great one-liner from me where I said that bakery's got cake, and then Pepper decided to become a menace.
I got a belt.
And
Oh,
oh yeah,
I'm sorry
Little John got a belt.
for telling off a baker for sexual harassment. My apologies.
Well, he's a belt maker. He
Yeah,
mentioned
he was a belt maker.
bakeries. Yeah,
Yeah,
or
I
a
am
leather
baker.
worker, I guess.
yeah, leather worker. I think it was because we were trying to get a belt.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
But yeah, that character was whack.
Yeah.
So anyway, also Pepper and Little John both encountered a mysterious figure who was messing up their sense of deja vu, and really freaking out their senses. They bumped into him and their arms tingled. He was a mysterious individual, and Pepper had a weird encounter with them that they can only half remember the details of. Mullen charms have a night that they will without a doubt remember. With all the reading they were doing.
Yes, speaking of reading. Definitely.
Yeah.
Speaking
And
of the guy, the deja vu guy, I'm just trying to take my notes about him. Could you give me an initial? Didn't it start with D?
No.
Oh,
don't
actually,
you dare.
thank you for
Don't
reminding
you
me.
dare. I know
Because
where
I
this
wrote
is going.
down the name, and I have to remember where I
Make
wrote
sure.
it. Yes.
It's okay. I was doing an initial D bit.
Oh, it's funny.
Thank you.
Let's see here. I know I wrote down that guy's name somewhere. It's in the lore document, isn't it? It is. I'm gonna have to go fish for that. Anyway, in the meantime,
Stop it.
in the meantime, you all performed the heist successfully, and things went pretty darn smoothly. All things considered, you disassembled an automaton, you destroyed the other one quite swiftly. Everything went off without a hitch until it went off with a hitch, and Aldestrel showed back up to his room because obviously he was going to. And then Henrik managed to trick him, sent in his own room. A lot of spells don't really work all that well. And the finger bone that you've all acquired seems to repel certain forms of divination magic. So, Aldistrel was just under the impression that for the first time ever, somebody managed to teleport in and or out of his room. And he went flying off into the ceiling in frustration. Then after a quick "don't worry, I'll talk on the way," the session ended.
All right. Very, very cool. Good to hear. Okay. If that's all, then we should probably get going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
I was gonna do another bit where I suggest that Socks is in some way related to the SCP Foundation or something, but the conversation didn't flow naturally enough to it, so I'll reveal their dark relations to the Foundation some other time.
You missed one thing in your recap, though.
Oh, yeah?
It was indeed revealed that in this party, there are 2 serial killers.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
Inside of you, there are 2 serial killers. They're fucking.
I wonder who.
But not to anyone other than the 2 serial killers, though.
Exactly, that's true. Only the serial killers know about the serial killers.
Only the serial killers know.
Exactly. How it should be.
Also,
am I right? High five.
Makeshift, for what it's worth, you know that I'm uncontainable. There are no walls that can hold me.
Oh, yes. I'm in fear every waking moment of my life. Well, actually, since the conversation got to it, I'm going to reveal this before the Foundation finds me and eliminates me.
Oh my god.
I was just hanging out in a call with them one time. It was another situation where everybody had left to get a glass of water, but I hadn't stood up yet. They had their camera on, and they just they turned their body too quickly, and they were standing and it bumped into the camera, and they knocked it over behind it, but the rest of the room wasn't a room. It the camera fell and faced the opposite direction, and there was just kind of this. I can only describe it as this massive shadowy void where there was a floor. I remember that part, and there was some sort of light in the distance. But it seemed as if there was 2 large. I guess they were handshaking. It kind of looked like a handshake between 2 tentacled entities.
Oh,
I couldn't.
Okay.
Yeah, those guys.
I know what it is you're referring to. You've been confused. That's just because I record this in the middle of a very, very large and expansive studio space, and what you saw was literally just the floodlights. What you should have been more concerned about was that my body turned inside out and back out again, but you must have been distracted by looking into the darkness.
Oh, that's what that noise was. I thought that was the handshake the things were doing.
Yeah.
Oh,
It was my flesh moving in incomprehensible ways.
I was wow, the audio quality, is there a directional microphone really focused on those 2 in the distance? But now
Dude, there is a directional microphone 30 meters away from me, pointed directly at me. That's why I sound like this.
I don't even know what to say anymore about you 2.
You're welcome.
Other than the fact that this is gonna haunt me at night. Thank you.
I love starting with those bits.
You know what? We can turn this into the Sam's gas canister water bottle of the session. How about that? Anywho, we probably should get going, running out of this city where there's a dragon hunting our nuts.
Suddenly we hear Black Betty.
Black Betty. Anywho, alrighty, let's transition. Fuck, sorry. Apologies to the people in the chat. If you hear me cough, I am indeed a little ill. But I'm powering through because I am God's strongest tummy ache survivor.
This also
Tommy Wubby.
is exactly how I told people to transition.
Yeah.
Alrighty, make sure kick it off.
All right. So where the previous session left off, you were all still in the upper floors of the Azure Moon Academy, basically just outside Aldistrel's room. And Henrik had just said, yeah, let's walk and talk. I'll fill you in on the details while we start moving before Dad gets back.
Before Dad gets back. Malin does still have the bone, correct? She's the one holding it?
Yes, she is currently the one holding it.
Just making sure that no one else took it off of her. Alright, cool. She's got it. It's in a nice little pouch, nice and safe. If she catches anybody reaching for it, you will lose a hand. And I do mean anybody.
Why? Even little old me.
Yes.
That's a nice looking pocket you got there.
Don't worry, you can still perform acts without a hand. It's fine. Anywho.
The voices
Can't
in my
perform an
head when I
accident,
block.
though.
The voices in my head. The voices! Anywho. Alright, let's go. Yeah, Malin is going to let Henrik stay in front of her, but she's also going to be right behind him, just so that he knows.
Yep.
That's where I'm gonna be. I'm not gonna say anything after my motherly scolding of him that I did do last session.
Nice. And so, as you're all walking back through the path that you initially took, which is through that secret entrance, I gotta cough real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Back through that secret entrance you all took, he's kind of like talking over his shoulder, and he's saying, "All right, so first, plan A. My suggestion is we can either make our way down through the caverns to find a mountain, a natural exit through the mountain. Not the most ideal situation. There can be plenty of creatures there. Plan B, we try our luck with the guards at the front gate and hope that Alzastrel has not warned them already. Not the most likely thing. And then, Plan C, I know there's a portal that leads all the way to Pleodorus. Anybody feel like visiting there?
Hold on. Let me do something really quickly. Fucking Christ.
As a player, where the fuck is Pleodorus?
Makeshift, you're going to have to explain that city.
Indeed. Pleodorus is the largest city known to the Eternal Lands. It is known to be ruled by a dragon similar to Aldastrel, and it's known that he's actually related to him. It's very large, a large economic power. It's also been carved into a large white monadnock, or just a singular standing mountain without a range around it. And this has led to a lot of the buildings just being carved out of the mountain itself. And so the entire city, or like a large portion of the city, is like a porcelain white. So it's like a mecca. It's a well-known place.
Malin is able to keep a lid on her face, but she does look a little like, oh fuck, not that place, please.
You do that, and everybody else who isn't Malin, give me a quick perception check to see if you notice that fact.
Oh god.
Do you mean insight?
Perception.
And do it at disadvantage, since you're all probably looking towards Henrik right now.
Do you mean insight?
Oh, sorry, insight check. My bad.
Does it make any difference for me?
I was thinking perception because you'd have to notice it.
Oh,
You would be like,
Oh
check
my.
Anyway.
Oh god, why are they laughing?
Motherfucker, at disadvantage,
Big brain.
rolls an 18.
Is that a 20?
Hey, you stole my 18!
Suck it, bitch.
Charms? You don't know
Big
this
brain
shit.
John.
He's just coming off the high of meeting his hero. Don't worry about it.
He's coming.
That's a strong word.
I know. I'm messing with you.
But Little John, you do notice that at the mention of Pleodorus, Malin immediately seems, like they want to skip Plan C. Plan C is a bad idea to them. They don't like the idea of going to that city.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be completely
And Pepper,
honest.
what do you perceive?
Let me see if I see anything. Oh hell yeah! Dirty 21. Let's go.
Roll again. It's disadvantage.
Yep.
Oh.
Oh.
Watch
I'm not gonna see shit. I
Sad.
got a 12. I got the other way round.
You literally just put the numbers.
Yeah,
No.
you didn't notice anything out of the ordinary. Like,
Pepper's currently like standing right up against a brick wall and looking at it. That's how much she sees.
Oh my
That's
god.
a nice wall.
Or she could be behind Lil John.
I'm just blocking everything.
Little John is the brick wall.
I am the wall. I am the brick.
Sharms pipes up with, well, if I had known we were skipping town, I would have done things a little bit different. I'd
Well-
rather not step through a portal.
Well, it's either that or be caught by one of the most powerful dragons in existence.
Isn't Pleurodorus... Isn't Dragon there related to Aldistrel?
Well, that
Yes.
doesn't mean anything with these lot.
Yes, he's actually my grandfather.
Hmm.
I really don't want to ask how that is possible.
Don't worry, we'll have plenty of time to talk when we're not trying to escape this academy.
Sewers is my vote.
The... Huh?
What?
I do not want to escape through sewers.
That was the plan A, no?
Plan A was the caves. You just thought of Plan D&D.
No. Sorry. These old ears of mine.
But a plan is a plan.
Excuse
I
me,
prefer
sorry.
teleportation before that, though.
Well then, caves is my vote.
Well, is there going to be anyone guarding those caves?
Not necessarily. There's mainly just locks on the entrances to them to keep all the creatures that live inside them.
When you're talking creatures, what are you talking about?
Well, depends on which cave. There's one has giant spiders.
Oh, hell no.
Others have giant glowworms. A lot of giant things inside the caves.
They
They're
all
quite
insects.
Most of them, yes. Well, technically, an arachnid isn't an insect. We're getting out of the way here.
no!
Caves are kind of a bad plan. They're just the most secret.
Let's not get stuck on minutia. What is going to be our path of least resistance?
Well, that kind of depends. Do you prefer guards or creatures?
Neither.
And as he says that, he like stands in front of like one of the elevators, and kind of like beckons you all in.
Mullen will step inside reluctantly.
I'll
Yeah,
step inside
Sharms.
also reluctantly, but more so in the way of like I'm just sort of keeping an eye out.
I would also
Gotcha.
step inside.
I'll be the last in.
Nice. And you all enter into the elevator, and it starts descending at a fair pace. And as it's kind of descending, he, like Henrik, seems to be thinking to himself. I swear I hear like banging in my apartment right now. I don't know where it's coming from. But anyway,
Sorry.
so that's what that was. So eventually you reach the bottom or the floor that Henrik seemed to want to get to, and he quickly steps outside. All right, quickly now, everybody.
Alright. Out.
Yep.
Mullen's following the group, praying to all hope above that they do not go into the insect-riddled caves.
Pepper
And
wants
as you're-
nothing more than to force Marlon into the insect-ridden cave.
Yeets
Just
into the
because
cave.
she's like, she hates the spiders and stuff, but also is like, I don't know, maybe you deserve to squirm.
I mean, I could make a
Sure, gotta
joke right now.
She already did that
Same.
last night.
Yo!
Shams continues
Say
from his
Gex.
point. If we fight insects, we don't have to hold back in any sense of the word.
Yes, but there is the problem that they are the insects, and they have multiple legs and many eyes and stare into your soul.
You would rather take the life of a being.
She shoots you a look.
Henrik looks at both of you with like a, you know that image of like the Muppet, like the little monkey Muppet that like turns his eyes and like doesn't turn his head.
Yeah.
He does that.
Sharps is playing the long con here.
I'd rather not take any lives.
Come now. The life of an insect can't be the worth the life of a thinking being.
Yeah, and well, knowing our luck, we might have to kill one of those too.
Okay, I hate to bring it
John.
up because I really don't want to go to this place, but the portal, how heavily guarded is it?
Well, it's mainly used for industrial transport, so it usually only has a few guards, but it's enough to make sure that if somebody tries to sneak through with any sort of large weaponry or explosives, there's enough people there to mitigate the problem at any given time. You see, the portal
Okay.
stays open constantly. It's more efficient this way. Long story.
I get the,
all right,
I get the feeling that while it seems like a good idea to go there, it's also going to be the most monitored place for us because it's the most sensible place for us to escape to.
That's a fair point.
Yes, that in the
John.
front entrance.
That's true, the front end. Yeah. Yeah, but
John, who would you rather fight? People or insects?
I mean, both don't sound like a good option, and I mean, Ball in here don't want to go down them bugs, so I don't know. Maybe we could just punch him. Don't gotta stab. Just a little bap. Go to sleep.
Well, I'd rather not walk out the front gate because Aldestrel might be in the skies, so my vote would be for the portal if we aren't taking the caves.
And as you're speaking, you all feel like a reverberation through the ground.
oh
Like
boy.
a sudden, like, whoa.
Oh boy.
Like a thump.
Oh. Uh-oh.
Oh. No.
That's odd to see any seismic activity. It's not too
It's
uncommon, I
not.
suppose.
It's not seismic.
How do you know?
He gives you he gives you a raised eyebrow.
Fair point. Can we just make the decision so we can get the fuck out of this place?
I say caves. I say let's get out the fucking city the normal way.
You just want to...
What?
We are
want
literally
to
in
what?
an impasse.
Marlon,
Let's subtract an option and flip coins for the choice.
I literally just want to survive.
Yes. So, caves is out. Can we agree on that?
Yes.
Okay.
All right. Heads, or one is we walk out front the door. Tails, we take the portal, or two. Charms takes out a coin and flips it. Portal it is.
Very well.
Alright then, straight to plan C, and if that doesn't work out, we still have plan B.
Sounds good.
You see Henrik takes like a left turn as you enter like some other hallway after checking left and right. And he goes up to a fairly large door, not like main entrance, but important side entrance side or size. And he glances through the keyhole and pauses for a moment and goes, What the where's everybody? Hang on.
What do you mean?
He then just like creaks the door open, and then after a second of peeking through, just opens it casually and looks around. It opens into a section of the front courtyard of the Azure Moon Academy, and looking around, the front courtyard is just like empty right now, whereas it probably should have had at least a few people meandering and maybe a guard or two. There's just nobody out here right now.
That's not good, is it?
No, that's quite bad. And then you all hear another thump. This time there's like a crashing noise in the distance that's like faint. And as that thump rings out and reverberates the ground. You also see this kind of wave of like faint light kind of tremor in that shockwave pattern that's originating from vaguely the direction of the city's entrance. It's like this kind of like you ever see those videos of like blue glowing algae on the beach? Like when
Oh.
you kick the water?
Ooh.
It's kind of like that, except it's like a film over all surfaces that kind of like shockwaves away from.
Is that the front entrance?
Oh, that's very bad, is what that is.
There goes plan B. Where's this portal?
We're not too far from Plan B, unfortunately, but not the same direction. Just follow me, everybody. And Henrik starts to jog towards the courtyard's exit, which is just the clear main exit of the Azure Moon Academy.
Malin is
Alright.
violently cursing Henrik's form under her breath in Sylvan.
I just.
You do that.
Yes, Pepper.
I feel like this is bait.
Oh, it 100% is. But unfortunately, we ruled out the caves. He continues
Okay.
walking.
She,
Well, let's go then.
She just wants to stab you right now. Malin is going to stay close behind Henrik and try to ignore Dick Tits over there.
You do that.
It's on the dick or dick's on the tits?
Your choice. Whichever one horrifies you the most.
Cool.
Question
but-
science is too afraid
Yeah.
to ask.
These are the real answers.
I choose both, and I know exactly how I would do that. Either way, let's fucking go, so we don't have to continue having this conversation.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
Questions feel nice, I'm afraid.
Horrifying questions that I asked.
Oh my god. Scientific breakthroughs
Word.
happening in real time. Okay, let's go. We gotta get out. We gotta fuck off.
We gotta get out of here.
Word. So as you're all trailing behind Henrik, he just starts. He keeps up like a jogging pace through the streets, sometimes just speed walking, but generally just checking around corners and moving towards the direction of the portal. And like charms you kind of recognize the general direction, like it's a
General
known
direction.
landmark.
Hmm.
I did a salute. Don't worry.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah.
Solidarity.
And so you recognize the direction since it's I don't even need to like do an insight check or investigation check. It's a really obvious spot. But as you're all making your way towards it, the commotion over in like the opposite direction, not opposite direction, but nearby, is getting louder. Every now and then you hear another thump that like makes the ground shake a bit, and it's getting louder. But now you can also see coming into view what seems to be a few students who are like rushing towards the commotion, if not like a few higher ups from the Azure Moon Academy. Various people who are in a hurry to get there, and there's also what seems to be a good number of people from like the festival trying to head towards like the entrance of the city. Like you can already hear like a chattering commotion of people trying to get away. But you can see like a lot of like lightning and fire and various recognizable attack spells being thrown down from above from like students who are higher up in like buildings, and they seem to be shooting downward onto the street at just one target.
Oh.
Oh.
Henrik.
Ignore it.
Yeah, that is not something I can really do anything about.
Did we cause that?
I kind of doubt it.
Okay, good. Then you know what? Let's.
Kind of.
Yeah, sure. Ignore it. Let's fucking go.
And he continues. It's he starts taking like a few, like the road he's on kind of forces you all to be like a little closer to that commotion than's probably comfortable. But like as you're starting to get nearby it, he reaches a fork in the road where you can just take a sharp turn and head the opposite direction of it. But that commotion is now pretty clear. It's like it's like one block away from you. There's like maybe 2 buildings in the way of what's happening. And it's now really clear there is some smoke being thrown over there.
Oh boy.
Cool.
And as you're all moving, everybody give me a perception check.
Let's
DC's
go,
only like
boys.
I'll say like 7. This is not a hard perception check.
Oh, don't you? Okay, good.
Don't you wait.
Don't you
What the fuck?
overestimate me?
I see all.
I see nothing. I'm not got a great deal of hope for myself.
Come on, roll 20.
Everybody-
Give us the roll.
Fire's the only one with
There we
a
go.
+3.
Oh my.
god.
Pepper
Deceptive gag.
is the only one who doesn't like notice this. As you're all moving, in like the haziness above you, a large looming shadow like speeds through that like cloudiness and right past you and towards the commotion.
Oh boy.
And in just a few seconds later, you all hear what seems to be like a dragon's roar or breath attack. It has a very unusual sound to it, but it's a rather unmistakable like sound of a dragon's breath attack. It's like glass shattering. You don't hear it often, but it's like you know it when you hear it.
Shit.
But I don't notice it.
I'm just blocking you.
No, you notice the breath attack, but you didn't notice the shadow pass above you.
Well, I
So I
guess we
just
can
like,
say he's
what if I
distracted.
just like whip around and go, is that a lion?
Is that a squirrel?
At least he's distracted.
Yes, and it's been a long time since he's done that. Anyway, oh, here it is. Quickly, everybody. And he's pointing towards a building that's like, it's got these big iron gates, like bar gates, not like heavy but tall. And he like grasps onto the front of it, and it seems like it's locked. And he says, "Does anybody know how to lockpick?"
Charms steps forward immediately and begins picking at it.
You do that. Give me a sleight of hand check for picking that lock.
I'll do you I'll do you one better. I'll use my tools for it.
Oh, nice. As
Uh-oh.
you're fiddling around with it.
Hold on. Sorry. My apologies. Stupid.
Oh,
Ooh.
nice. Give me the guidance.
I need to remember. Yeah, 17.
17.
Nice.
I was going to kick down the door.
Don't do that.
So as you're fiddling around with the lock on the door, it's just not budging. Something about it seems strange. Like it's not just a lock. It seems like it's probably enchanted somehow, but it does feel like you're making progress on this lock. And in the seconds that are passing while you're fiddling with that lock, you all notice the commotions seems to be getting a little bit louder as you hear some really loud thuds against the ground, and in the distance it seems like there's some strange material being shot up back towards like what was lightning and fire being shot downward, or like bolts of light. There's now this like odd radiance being blasted back up towards them in various unusual patterns.
May I make an Arcana check to see if I recognize it?
Yes,
Nice.
and actually everybody can if you'd like.
Hell yeah.
Even
10. Fucking bullshit. I don't see
Even
shit. I'm
I?
panic.
Yep.
Jesus.
me.
What is
Is that magic? Fucking
What is
zero.
magic?
Oof.
I have
Lil
a
John.
negative one.
Oh, you don't know. You don't know what you're looking at, Lil John.
I'm just looking at like a child seeing fireworks for the first time, like, ooh, pretty.
So, Mullen,
Mhm.
the magic seems familiar to you, but you can't quite figure out what's going on with that. However, Charms, you recognize something very important that you can't tell what it is, but you do identify this isn't like any spells that have existed in quite a while. And it's quite likely that this is. It's sort of like if you saw a unicorn from a distance. This is probably what people have been talking about being death miracles. Because it's just by deduction of you know that there aren't spells that look like that. It might be that you're seeing it in the wrong light, but it's likely that whatever's going on over there is the use of death miracles.
Shit.
Are you going to
baller.
say anything? That's the question.
What Charm says as he glances at it from him picking the lock is, I wouldn't go over there if I were you. That is old magic.
Old
Old
magic?
with a capital O. As in, forgotten to time, lost to knowledge of everyday magi.
Oh, what the fuck have I gotten myself into?
Oh, as in death magic. Okay, slight correction. Maybe we did cause that.
No, no, we couldn't have.
Mullen looks panicked. Mullen looks very, very panicked right now.
I'm freaking out, man.
And Henrik then turns his attention towards the lock, and it seems like he's casting something on it to try and make the lock easier to pick. As he's like, let's focus very quickly on this.
Yes.
We've got to make it through that portal.
This lock is enchanted
understand that
somehow.
I'm
I
not
would
the most-
appreciate the help.
I understand that I'm not the most magic inclined of us, but fuck, what is that? Okay,
Very old, very
type of
bad,
magic?
very hard to explain, and we need to leave right now.
hey, makeshift.
Yeah?
Actually, I was just gonna say, I was gonna ask if prestidigitation could be used to help with the lockpicking, but I was kind of like, actually, I'm not sure. It's up to you.
I
It's
don't-
your ruling, I suppose.
Probably not. Prestidigitation doesn't
Probably
really
not,
affect
yeah.
arcane locks at all.
No, that's all good.
You can make an Arcana check that everybody else made to see if you recognize the magic, though.
Hell yeah, let's do it. Hey, nat 20. Let's go. 22.
Hey.
Hell yeah. Okay, wow, of course I'm the one who doesn't fucking... oh my god, I'm literally an undead warlock, bro!
We have the entire scale. We have the entire scale. We have 0, 10, and 22s.
Exactly.
Gonna fucking lose it, Josh.
So,
Not
as you
John.
as you look upon that magic and you try and figure out, like, that seems familiar. Where do I know that from? This like connection like snaps in your mind. It's like when you remember something that you forgot that was like a good joke, and you're like, oh holy shit, I remember the joke I was gonna tell. It's that sort of feeling of like a bunch of stuff you forgot snapping into place all at once. And you realize that is absolutely death miracles being used over there. And in that same breath, you recall a face as they step around the corner of this by street that you came from, which is only about half a block away at this point. And you see a figure who's dragging something nearby him.
So there's another figure with him who's dragging something.
No, the figure is just dragging something. He's holding it in his hand.
Those are death miracles. Oi!
Pepper?
I call out to the figure.
Not!
I'd actually like to move to approach him, not like right up to him, but you know, still keeping my distance at a good like.
Can I try
5-10
to stop her?
If you want to. If you see them take a step towards them after saying, hey, and calling over to them.
Yes, I would like to try and stop her!
Sure.
What is that contested? We're doing grapple. How do you want to do it? Tell me. My brain is mush.
You can just do grapple, like strength
Okay.
contesting.
Cool, thanks. This ain't good. Yeah, no, that's an 8. That ain't gonna do shit.
Oh, that's a 3.
Ha!
Ah!
I grab her by the shoulder and I pull her back and I tell her in Sylvan, "Are you fucking stupid?"
That's his death miracles, and I've seen him before.
What the fuck do you mean?
I also
you've
don't
seen him
speak
before?
Sylvan, by the way. I just assumed that you've sworn at me.
Yes, I had. It's pretty easy to tell when she's sworn at people.
As you swear in Sylvan, you notice, like, from the street you came from, behind a pillar of one of the buildings that you walked by, there was a building with some pillars.
Of course.
A face peeks out from around the corner that is wearing a mask, and it seems like they were hiding behind one of the pillars, possibly out of fear. It seems like a small girl, and
There's children here.
they seem
That's Mullen. You said I see it, right?
yeah, you see that.
Yeah. Mullen is now like, oh fuck, there's a child. There are children here.
Get it.
No, very much opposite. Very much get it out.
A child.
My instinct is kicked again.
Child. Kick the child. Destroy the child.
And they're wearing just what seems to be like a relatively simple green and white dress, but like they have a mask on. You can make what check would this be? I guess investigation or insight
I'll
to
take insight since
where
I'm
the
not
mask
really...
is from.
I'll take insight just because I'm not distracted by the child. It's very much a, oh fuck, that's a child. We need to leave. Like, that is a child in danger. Mom mode kick in. So here's my insight. That is a 8. I am rolling like dog ass today. Good lord.
Yeah.
Understandable.
You got this.
You took my good rolls. Fuck you.
That's a
Like-
child.
When you see them, you're like, like you recognize that the masks. You did see a good handful of kids wearing animal masks. I got to burp again.
Get it?
You
kid.
saw like a good number of children like running around with animal masks on, and that's probably what happened. Is they were probably a kid that was like at the festival, and then like disaster is striking, and now they're just like hanging out here.
Yeah.
But also there's this entity down the by street from you.
Exactly. Is the entity looking at us or is the entity looking at the child?
Oh, they're looking straight at you.
Okay,
Have I
at me
have
or
I
at the
noticed the
party
child?
me?
The party.
Okay, cool. Just checking. Mullen's going to look between the child, look at Pepper, and then look back at the two working on the lock and go, "Please tell me you almost have that lock done."
Makeshift.
Almost.
Do I also, makeshift. Do I
Give
also
me a
see
lockpick
that
check.
child?
Yes, you see it.
Another?
Cool.
Yep. Give me another lockpick check. This one's only
Uh,
DC 15.
Making sure I do this beforehand. Ha 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 ha.
Haha.
Aha.
Oh.
I hate this. I hate myself. Uh-oh.
Oh.
No!
Oh my god, it's another 4.
Makeshift, can I, like, okay,
12.
Question.
real quick question. How tall is this iron gate? And,
It's about 10 feet tall, I'd say.
okay, is there a roof
What?
above it, or could I jump this?
You could, but it's metal bars with spikes at the top. It's one of those
Uh,
classic gates.
Wait, question. Is it one of those gates that like the center opens up like inwards or outwards?
Yeah, it's like two doors that open inwards. It's a bunch of metal bars with spikes at the top. It would be really hard for a hooded woman
can I-
to...
I've
Can I
actually.
take it?
Makeshift, did you not see what I
Imagine-
just
wait,
dropped
oh,
in
hey.
roll 20? Mirthful leaps.
Whenever you make a long jump or a high jump, you can roll a d8 and add the number rolled to the number of feet you covered.
I also.
Even when making
I
a standing
also.
jump.
Hold on.
I would also like to remind folks that I've got fucking wings and can fly.
Then
Oh,
yeah.
go over the
Makeshift,
thing.
The type of lock on the door, is it like padlocked or is it a lock inside the door that I could presumably open from the other side?
Like a knob on the other.
Yes, you could open it from the other side more easily.
Can I
Well,
just-
actually, No, this probably wouldn't be like that. It's actually a locked door on both sides.
Oh,
You
okay,
need
cool.
the key from either side.
All right, never mind then.
Can I kick the door?
Hold on now.
That you could use that as like help, like a second guidance. I'll say.
Yeah, it's just like
guidance.
John's like, well, I'm done with this. We're getting out of here. It's like kick the
Marlon?
door.
Do I
Marlon,
roll
is-
another
is that-
d4? Do I roll advantage? What huh?
Huh?
You can, roll another d4 as like assistance to the previous roll. So you're at 12. Let's see if you can make it.
15.
Nice.
Oh,
Nice.
there we go.
So between Henrik trying to loosen the magic, you trying to pick it once again with more experience, and a firm kick from Lil Jon, the door creaks open, and as it starts creaking open,
Oh, Sharp says, "Oh, the lock was rusty."
Yeah, sure was. Now get the fuck inside.
And Mullen will take Pepper by the shoulder that she already grabbed and shove her towards the portal area, not towards the fucking guy dragging something. Which, God, I hope it's not a body.
oh, hold your horses
Oh,
for what's about to
fuck.
happen the moment that door opens.
Oh no!
Because that dude's been like JoJo's walking
Oh,
towards you for a moment.
no.
I turned to Marlon as like we're both standing there looking at it. Marlon, if he makes any move towards that child, you need to grab that kid and run.
You read my mind.
That person's magic is beyond me. I've run into them before. I don't
Fuck.
think they mean any harm, but I also don't know.
Can I get the child?
They don't mean any harm.
Also, Lil Jon, you don't see the child yet. You're busy kicking the door
All
in
right,
while they're talking
all right.
about this. Yeah, this is what's happening while you're kicking that door and it's being unlocked.
Like I said to you, you don't need... It's not that I don't believe that he doesn't mean any harm, it's that I simply do not know. So we need to take the best course of action that we can and just make sure that child is safe. Okay?
As much as I really want to scold you right now, you are correct.
Don't scold me. You know that I know better.
Then act like it.
It's not
and
a
at
Marlon
that-
scared
at that
taking
point,
some
I-
risks.
After she says act like, she will no longer respond to you, but she is going to basically shift slightly her stance, just in case she's got to run for child.
As you do that, you hear the door behind you click, groan, and then slam open from a firm kick from Lil Jon.
Wonderful!
And you
Then
hear,
I'll grab Pepper
you hear
and
the
throw her
door.
in.
You hear the door creaking, and the moment you hear that, you see the figure in front of you, even from this distance, give a big, toothy smile. And he leans his arm back and hurls what he's holding in front of him,
Oh god.
and it launches over your head at this really uncanny speed. Like, he just threw something kind of big, real far right over your head, and it smacked into the gates and with like a wet thud, and landed on the ground about 10 feet past the gates. And you can
Oh.
see it's pretty clearly one of the students by their robes
Oh my god.
and all the blood streaking across the ground.
Oh.
Oh god. She does not cough, I do.
And you hear the voice call out and say, "Go ahead and run as much as you'd like."
Fuck.
What the fuck?
Good advice.
Gladly. Goodbye. And Henrik tugs on like the nearest arms to him, which is going to be character names.
Little
Lil
John and
Jon
Charms.
and Charms. You still gotta remember his name.
Rolls with.
It's like, we are leaving right now. Mullen, hurry.
Yep, Mullen is grab Pepper, yoink. We're going in, Chief.
Pepper's
Panther.
staring
There's
at the
also
fucking
still-
deja vu dude as she gets yoinked into the fucking portal realm.
Well,
There is also
hopefully
still
he's
that child.
Hopefully he's distracted by us to not go for the child.
I'm sure
Hopefully.
it's fine.
That's what Mullen is kind of betting on right now.
Oh no! After he threw that body, that child just like stepped out into the street.
Oh, for fuck's sake. No one values their own safety in this goddamn campaign. Okay.
And they turn to like face the person who just threw that. They're like trembling, but they did react to the body getting thrown. Maybe they're in like shell shock or something, or just like disbelief of what's going on.
Mullen is going to like tell the child to run. She's just gonna like lean out and go, "Run!" Mom voice.
It
activated.
turns. It turns and looks at you. Give me a perception check.
Oh boy. DC?
DC is 15.
Fucking Christ!
Damn.
Bam.
We're at
That-
10.
I also don't see anything.
Anybody else want to take that perception check if they're looking that direction?
I'll take a little swig.
Nah, I'm with Henrik right now.
Terms is focused on leaving.
I'll take a little swig.
We're both of
Holy-
same mind right
what?
now.
Huh.
Oh my god.
well,
All seeing.
Little John sees all, even if he doesn't understand it.
Oh my god.
You see, my hat hides my third eye.
Oh my
The
god.
eye of Sauron.
Lil John, you notice just barely through like the eye holes of that mask that as this kid like looks at Mullen when they say that, right after they're done speaking, they glance just upward towards what looks to be the base of their antlers. Like they made eye contact.
So
paused,
the kid looks
looked-
up at my antlers?
Yes, they looked
Nice.
up at your antlers.
Okay.
Yeah,
Not at Lil John's. He has a hat.
Yeah.
I have a hat.
I know, I'm just checking, making sure that I
Yeah.
understand correctly. 'Cause again,
I
my
have
brain
antlers
is
this
my brain
entire-
is soup.
I had antlers this entire time.
Oh my god.
Lol.
That's what's underneath my head.
And then when you do that, the kid like lightly jogs towards you as Henrik is making his way towards the portal, again still beckoning all of you.
Yeah, Trump's right beside him.
Mullen looks between the portal and the kid and is like, "Fuck, guess I'm adopting a child," and she'll like,
Sprint.
she's not gonna go towards it. She's gonna be like, shitting fuck, I gotta protect this kid. How close is the spooky dude that just threw a body at us?
He's only like, if the kid's like 15 feet away from you,
Mm-hmm.
he's like 30 at this point and still just walking towards you.
Okay. Fuck it. Mullen will hold out a hand to the kid.
You do that. But they just kind of... Actually, yeah, I'll say as you hold out a hand to the kid after they lightly jog towards you, they do grab your hand.
Cool. Great. I'm going to pull them in. Okay. I didn't think this far ahead.
them-
Now what?
Pull them in to carry them, or just like
no.
leave
Pull them
in the
into like
jog?
where we are. Pull them into our area.
Oh yeah, and I assume do you start jogging like away?
Yeah, I'll turn and start trying to head towards the portal.
You do that, and Pepper, are you also heading towards the portal?
Yeah, because I kind of got yoinked that way for the most part anyway.
Yup.
And I've just sort of been keeping an eye out, waiting for, because you know when you go through a door in a rush, but you sort of stop and wait to make sure that someone else also comes with you, like a specific person. I'm waiting for Marlon to make sure I don't leave it behind.
Oh, thanks.
Gotcha. And as you're doing that, you can see like the figure walking towards you, like outside the direct focus of your eyes, unless you're looking straight at them. But whenever you see them, again, even though their hood's down now, their face has this kind of odd, like it looks like they're smiling, but that's just the sense of deja vu looking at them.
I have a sense of deja vu. You ever get that feeling
any-
of deja vu?
I hate that. But Pepper and Mullen, yeah, whenever you look at his face, you get this feeling of deja vu while you're looking at them. And I assume you're all currently moving away from this person, right?
Yes,
Mhm.
please.
Yeah.
I'm
Okay,
begging.
As you are, he calls out and says, "Good luck destroying the portal. It will take a lot of effort."
Shit.
Help us then, dickwad.
We're not destroying it, are we?
Well, unless we want to be followed by whatever the hell he is, yes, we are going to.
How the fuck do you expect us to do that?
You
I don't
really
know.
should-
First, let's get through the portal.
You should share your plans next time.
I didn't plan for that thing.
Always plan for the unexpected.
Hey, this is Plan C already.
Quit fucking
I'm just-
arguing, both of you!
While this is all this bickering's going on, I'm literally just staring at the guy. Just like, I know you.
Pepper,
I know what you are.
I know what you are!
You're like mid jog, you look over your shoulder, and your face like freeze frames as that dog.
Yeah, I do
Hit
that, and then I sort of go, like, my panic fades for a second, and I just do the little, like, wrist flick thing to, like, ask if he's, you know, a little fruity. Then I sort of shake it off and keep running.
Nice.
Alright,
do
well,
that.
I mean, I'd like to say that I reached the portal still holding on to a child. Child that is definitely not
Child.
mine.
Are you sure?
Yeah, it better fucking not be mine.
Damn, that was fast.
My daughter is
That'll
currently
be-
violently ill at home in Marin's Eve.
Yeah, that'd be a wild twist.
Would be a
Like, yeah,
fucking
they're just
wild
here.
twist. Jesus.
That's for later sessions, folks.
Oh, thanks.
Anyway,
Oh god.
so you all enter the main entrance of this building quite quickly, and there's just nobody in attendance at the main gate. Like, it seems like everybody's gotten out of here because it's just too dangerous to be in this area right now.
Mm-hmm.
And you push your way through this kind of like secondary set of doors.
Mhm.
And you find yourselves inside of this room with this very large. The portal looks a bit different than you might have expected. It ends up being, I'm going to move all the player tokens over to Wapow, this one.
Do what you want, my brother.
Move me.
And you enter in at the, I'm going to say, left-hand door. And as you do, you see that the portal is more like a sphere than anything, whereas usually portals tend to just be like a disc floating in space. This one seems like it's designed to be much larger and hold more stuff as it goes through. From what vague knowledge you have of like portals, this one seems like a cargo portal of sorts.
Portal.
Yeah, but...
Oh, perfect.
Actually, let me go into the art assets and just type in child. See if it brings up see if it brings up a free token.
They sound like a baby Jesus.
That's not fine. Oh, there we go. Free assets. First thing is objects.
Oof. Oof. A
What
child
did
is an object.
What did it
confirmed.
find?
Anywho.
Yeah. This is actually just a series of like torches or fogs and chests. How about townsfolk? This this
TikTok
this
makes
is
it.
one that's like. Oh, it's sorry. I'm laughing at the appearance of some of these tokens.
I know.
In the meantime, you all enter into this this portal room, and you can clearly see the portal is like up and running from what it seems. Charms, give me a arcane check.
Yeah, you got it, boss. Let me just
Arcane check.
Fucking guidance, man. Best cantrip.
Oh my god, this could be
Ooh.
really big.
Oh my.
Ah, it's only
Ooh.
26.
It's only
Still.
26. It's not bad.
At a glance, you can immediately tell that something is not quite right. It seems like the portal's a bit underpowered. And you can tell it needs at least a little bit more charge to work swiftly and effectively.
Oh,
Hmm.
Let
damn.
me,
No. The portal is weak. It's not fully charged.
A portal needs to be charged?
Apparently this one does. He's gonna run over to this desk. Is there papers on it, or
There is papers. It seems like there is a quick diagram that shows the position of where to charge the portal from.
okay? He reaches into his pocket and throws the bird up into the air.
Archimedes, right?
Yeah, Archimedes.
Oh, yeah, let's go. I love that name so much.
You'll be on standby.
I want to figure out how to charge it and how to quickly charge it, and I want Archimedes to help finally look for keywords and such.
Keywords in the papers.
Yeah.
Give me I guess, an investigation check for Archimedes.
Well, like Archimedes is helping me look through this, so it's 2 sets of eyes instead of 1.
Oh, okay. Then give me an investigation check with advantage, I'll say.
Thank you. 16.
Nice. As you're looking around the papers, it seems that Archimedes quickly pecks at this one diagram, which shows 2 wizards placing their hands on this pillar here and this pillar here. And it seems that that's the key to making this portal function at a proper speed.
You said wizards.
Yeah, they just have like wizard robes on. It doesn't really like. It does mention spellcasters in it, but they depict a wizard. Probably just out of favoritism.
Yeah.
Hey,
Caster
can I-
doesn't have to be
racism.
a wizard.
Can I infer that they mean full casters? Like for us mechanically, it would be full casters. Or is it just any spellcaster?
It does not seem to state anything about like wizards specifically. It just seems to imply that magic from a caster is needed.
Okay. Then he looks to Pepper and Henrik. Place your hands on those 2 pillars.
Yeah.
What? All right.
It'll charge
take
the
this
portal.
one.
Do you want me to channel magic
just-
into it or anything, or just
I'll
touch
just
it?
use this
Is that
character
enough?
here for the child.
Yeah, you'll feel it, Pepper.
So just either hand. Okay, like this. Oh, yeah, that feels strange.
Hello?
It's like static.
Do you put your hand on the pillar?
Yeah.
You feel this. It's kind of like the sensation of your hands drying off under, like those air dryers, except like in reverse.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
I mean, it's
It
just
feels-
it's wetting my hand using the power of warm. I'm getting
Yeah?
humidified.
Yeah, that's a good way of putting it. It feels like you're getting humidified. And I like that you labeled it child already. Nice.
You're welcome.
So as you're you get that feeling, and it seems like it's starting to make these pillars glow a bit faster. Well, John, are you still standing near that doorway? As you
Yeah, I'm
can
good.
probably from here see that sorcerer guy already like walking through the first sets of doors.
I just look at guys. I think we
Close
should
the
hurry.
door!
Oh, close. Slams door. I don't know. Like,
You try. Actually, give me a dexterity saving throw as you're trying to close these doors.
I'm gonna pull
Okay,
the child
what-
away from the doors.
would it be strength things? I'm like yank or like I don't know what you're thinking these doors are doing.
I mean, they're not particularly heavy doors, but you
Just
will
me
need to
grabbing
do
them fast
a
enough.
dex save because
Got
of
it.
this.
Got it. Dexterity saving throw. Let's go.
Nice. As you very swiftly grab at both the handles, yank them both shut, and then after just a moment, you got a glimpse of what seems to be the sorcerer lifting up. I just said the sorcerer, awesome. He lifted up his hand in front of him, and it seemed like he was probably about to shoot something. So you're just barely able to avoid a blast that destroys this door and just rips it clean open. And sends a bit of debris like onto the floor here, but nothing like too major.
I would now like to put the child behind me and stand in front of her protectively.
You do that, putting the child behind you.
So the door is now destroyed, right?
Yes, and the boyo is like 15 feet on the other side of this door.
Oh, boy.
Okay.
He is actually. I'm gonna have you all roll initiative
Mhm.
since you're now in like meaningful initiative distance at this point.
Gotcha, okay.
Alright.
Oh boy, I wonder what I'll roll today.
I'll give Henrik a roll. Why not? And I'll apply the rule of like, as long as you get a higher roll than whatever he does, you all just go at the same time. As long as one of you gets a higher roll.
Oh. I think that sets it in stone.
And let me grab
1.
a quick token for this dude. Which I can just do like
Oof.
some stand-in for him.
I got the saddest little initiative roll.
Did you click on your thing?
2. I've clicked on my thing now.
Don't worry, I got you.
Oh, I got the same fucking roll!
That's impressive. That is impressive levels of scuff.
It should be... my initiative is meant to be +3, so it should be 5.
Okay, I can change that. Boom. Easy.
Action.
Changed.
There we go.
Thank you.
Oh my god, it's so
Let me
good.
give Henrik his roll.
I'll change my initiative to 69.
No.
Okay. My apologies.
Nice.
Thanks,
Actually,
Sasha.
Really good roll.
Hey. That's pretty good.
Hey, that's pretty good.
Hey. Hey. That's pretty good.
That might be
Hey.
okay.
We're gonna
Hello.
live.
That's adequate.
Greetings, that is acceptable.
I'll give him standard wizard robes for now to make him a little more mysterious, and I'm just gonna place this here so that he's here before the encounter starts.
Yeah,
But he's not standing there yet physically.
gotcha.
But he's gotta be within like 15 feet of movement.
Okay.
Add turn. Let's see what he gets.
Yeah.
15.
Oof.
You did, in fact, do better than him in initiative. So you guys are going to go first before he goes.
Nice.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay. Okay, that's what you meant. Phew.
But you do take your turn order. Like, if something needs to happen before somebody else. Actually, no, I can just say you can all just, as players, plan out how you're going to take your collective turn. I want to see how that goes.
Okay.
And if that's too
the
jank, we
fuck?
can...
What?
Actually,
Okay.
that's a little too jank for this
Yes,
situation right
please.
now.
My brain is
Yeah,
soup. Please
stick
just
to the-
give me the turn order. Let's just please just
Stick
do
to the-
initiative.
Stick to the turn order. I'll
Oh,
figure out
dear.
the everybody shares a turn thing later.
Thank you, I
Okay.
do appreciate that. My brain is too soupy. Alrighty.
Oop.
But he does go last, so I'm just gonna set him to 0.
Okay.
There we go.
Okay.
Alright, well that so we're sticking to our turn order, that means Streaky, you're first.
Okay.
And remember, he's not right there, he's still 15 feet back.
Outside.
Yeah.
I am going to run away.
Fair.
You're not gonna
Because
shut-
The
because
Mullen
seeing
school
as
of
I
running away from
close,
things.
yes, as I see that door closing, I'm just like, yeah, that's something we'll deal with, and then ships toes away with Marlin to protect child.
Cool, thanks. And, okay, somebody else is helping me
problem.
protect child. Very good. 10 out of 10.
Child.
Oh god, what are you about to do?
I don't like how I'm
Shoots.
standing here alone.
Then move back!
I believe in you.
He doesn't go until after all of us have gone, so you get to move back if Charms isn't a fucking idiot.
This time you go be the front line.
Unfortunately,
See how you
Charles
like-
is a fucking idiot. He licked his own eyeball.
The dragon, he's a dragon. He don't do that whole tongue thing.
Dragging these fucking nuts,
I
alright?
was about to.
Okay,
I was about to say, "How do you know?" But I was being like, "No, she knows."
exactly. Anywho,
She would be
Streaky,
dragging these nuts.
is that your full turn? Are you just
That
gonna
will
do
be
that?
my full term
Okay.
because you know I can do shit.
Fair point.
I only swung.
And that means it's
Once
Henrik.
you use your moves, Henrik stays at the pillar, and it seems like more mana gets pulled out of his hand as he allows the machine to just sap away the magic.
Okay.
As he is frantically glancing over his shoulder. That's the end of his turn.
Okay. I'm an idiot. It's me. Okay, we're not gonna do that yet. Oh, I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get my pact weapon out. Let's do this. Okay.
Oh,
I can use my action to create a pact weapon in my empty hand. I get to choose the form this
Yeah.
melee takes each time I create it, and I am proficient with it when I wield it. This weapon counts as magical for the purpose of overcoming resistance immunity. It disappears if it's more than 5 feet away from me for 1 minute, and it disappears if I do it again. Yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, okay, so for my action, I am going to summon my Pact of the Blade weapon. So in Malin's hand, a bunch of some really spooky magic starts doing some spooky things, and a farming sickle is going to appear in her hand. So not a big scythe, but just, sigh ho, that's going to appear in her hand. It's doing some spooky magic stuff. It's doing some death magic, I'll be real honest here. Yeah. I now have my pact weapon. Okay, cool. Lovely. So I am proficient, and it counts as magical. Nice. Okay, yes, it is a big text because I copied literally everything. Because, again, my brain is soup. That is also an action, so I can't do that at the moment. Yeah, I'm going to continue. I'm going to stand my ground in front of the child for purposes of protecting said child. And that will be my turn.
You
Word.
see Charms begin to breathe rapidly as he takes a few steps back. He's gonna reach into either side of his coat as he pulls out this mechanical clockwork thing as he quickly begins winding it up. And after giving it a quick exhale of lightning, he places it on the shoulder as I am activating my Eldritch Cannon.
Oh, hell yeah.
And he is having his first shot happen now. He's not going to let that wizard get the first shot. As the little clockwork chameleon on his shoulder focuses both of his eyes towards him and fires.
No.
That's a 12 hit.
Oof.
a 12 from Eldritch Cannon. What type of damage does that do?
That would be it's 12 to hit, but it would be 2d8 force damage if it hits.
Force damage. 12 does not hit him.
What?
No.
Oh my god.
12? Not hitting?
Well,
4.
this is going to be
Wow.
interesting.
Yeah, he continues taking a step back, and that's the end of his turn.
Me time?
You do that. It is now Pepper's turn, yes.
Yay! I'm gonna. It's pretty safe to say that this guy now is very aware of who we are and that we are in combat with him. So, I was thinking of doing Charm Person. Not gonna do that anymore. What I
Still
might
Charm,
do.
isn't
Also, you are fully aware that the pillar you're touching seems like it's basically half full at this point, and you just need to spending like one more action on it will probably fill up your half of this thing.
Okay, that's a good point. However, what if I cast Hideous Laughter on the guy instead?
That would be pretty
You can
fun.
try.
Yeah, exactly like that. Exactly like that, everyone. Well done.
There's always a percentage chance of you succeeding.
I believe in you.
Believe in the me that believes in you,
could-
Socks.
I could complete the objective, or I could cast Hideous Laughter and maybe fail.
Which one sounds like the bard thing to do?
Hideous Laughter, of course. Wisdom 13, please, on that new guy.
Wisdom 13 saving throw. All right.
Wisdom 13 saving throw.
There's always a
Yeah.
chance.
Watch him like crit fail on this.
Right?
Please. Yeah!
Ah!
He actually just barely didn't meet.
Wow.
Yay!
Hey,
So
I'm
meet
not gonna
him.
lie, that does kind of make him a bit creepier.
Dank laughs now.
Yeah. Like this, well, he's been
He's-
stalking us with a spooky ass grin on his face, throwing bodies and shit, and now he's laughing like a fucking maniac? Huh? That's
So he's
creepy as
now-
shit.
Perceiving everything as hilariously funny and falling into fits of laughter, is incapacitated and unable to stand up.
Is that the description of the spell? Can you also post it if you don't
The
mind?
target must succeed on a wisdom saving throw or fall prone. Actually, let me put that in the thing.
Nice.
Yeah, must succeed in a wisdom saving throw or he falls prone, and has become incapacitated and unable to stand up for the duration. At the end of each of its turns, each time it takes damage, the target can take another wisdom saving throw. The target has advantage on the saving throw if it's triggered by damage. On success, the spell ends. Posted inside.
Nice.
So he's just
So you
he's
do
just
that.
on the ground giggling.
And as you cast that spell, you can sense that it landed and it worked. It's your own magic. You can feel it. I assume you also keep your hand on this pillar and allow it to like
Yeah.
keep sapping you.
Yeah.
Keep
In
sucking.
leaving your hand on the pillar, it sucks out
Keep
one first level spell slot, basically, or whichever next level highest you have available.
I've got first level.
Nice. So it sucks out a first level spell slot, and you're now out one of the charges temporarily. It'll come back. Don't worry. As you cast that spell, and it is that the end of your turn?
Yep.
Word.
Oh boy.
You feel it succeed. He didn't fall over.
Oh no.
As
Oh no.
as you hear this, you see them cast that spell, and you then start hearing the laughter from that voice. And it starts like, oh, it worked. He's just got a weird laugh. But then you hear a second voice join in on the laugh. And that seems like three of the same voice are echoing against each other. And maybe it's just the stone walls of this building, but you can still hear his footsteps. And he steps through that doorway. And as he gets in the clearer lighting of this kind of staging area, I guess is a good name for it, you can see that across his outfit, first of all, is this kind of... It almost makes you think he like stole it out of like a museum. It looks really old in style, and also the materials seem pretty weathered. But it's simple, and it looks like it's designed to be a cloak that gives him a good range of motion for his arms. And this like the cloak part of the top only goes down to halfway on the bicep. You can see across his like tattooed and inked up arms that seem to mirror each other. Along his flesh, there's mouths that are sprouting up, teeth and smiling and all.
Ugh.
that are chuckling out noises of laughter. And on his face, you see a big, grinning, toothy smile. And he looks over at Pepper for a moment and goes, "Ah, that's a pretty clever little spell. A cheap and old one, but..." He lifts up his arms to show the mouths laughing. "Entertaining, to say the least."
Oh my god, you
Oh
fucker.
no.
You made it worse.
How dare you call me cheap?
Glad you like my sense of humor. Now then, he takes, so that's 15, 15, 20, 25. "Step aside, little lizard boy. I've got some business here."
Lizard boy.
30, and he's going to make a melee attack on Charms here.
Oh boy.
Alright.
Can Charms simply choose to move
Oof.
out of the way?
I don't have to check whether or not that the bonus counts. That didn't hit.
Yeah,
His-
nah.
He tries to bring up one of his arms in a really obvious backhand motion that you could dodge without much difficulty, but it seems
Oh.
that the laughter is still kind of... It's making his muscles twitch around in such a way that he wasn't really ready for as he swung for you. And all of his limbs are still cackling out that, like, unpleasant laugh. And he just blatantly misses you with that backhand.
I know exactly how Charms does it. He just leans his head, like he leans back a little bit and tilts his head, so it just glides past it. Glides past his face. Whew. Reverse the fucking Michael Jackson.
The Neo.
And then he goes for another attack.
Oh boy.
Alright.
He's not doing
rolling
too
like
hard
Dodge.
with the laughing.
He's rolling like me.
This time Sharps just tilts his he's just moonwalking backwards at this point.
Right.
And you can see after he swings twice, he has this kind of like puzzled look on his face. Not completely, but he's almost like, "What? I do this all the time. What the fuck's up with my hands?" Yeah. Well, I guess that spell has a bit of punch to it. Yeah. Whatever. And that is the end of his turn. You can only talk so much in 6 seconds. Lil John,
Yes.
it's your turn now.
Oh boy, oh boy.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
Oh boy, oh boy. I have. How far is he? Okay, 20. I am going to run up. No, wait, fuck. This one. Run up on his business.
Run up on
Yeah.
his business.
Yeah. And then swing at him with my axe. Take a little
You
swing.
do that.
Yeah. Wait, hold on, make sure. Okay, normal. Okay, and
Fuck.
beepity boppity boop.
12. That doesn't hit.
Cool.
As you swing down your axe, as he's still holding up his arms and kind of inspecting them in a little bit of confusion, you swing down your axe and he just kind of motions his arm up a bit, and one of the mouths that's on his arm bites down on the head of your axe and grabs it.
In makeshift.
Yeah?
You can also re-roll that wisdom thing at the end of his turn.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you can re-roll the wisdom saving throw at the end of each
Yeah,
turn,
kinda
and
like-
each time it takes damage.
You show
okay.
it takes damage to get advantage.
Yeah. Just so you know.
Do you have multi-attack by chance?
Let me see.
We'll level 3, my guy.
Yeah.
Highly, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I don't know, reckless attack? If you want to choose to roll with advantage.
I do have a reckless attack.
Give me an advantage roll, or like give me another d20 to see if this hit hurt. If this attack hits,
There you go. I believe in
Okay.
you.
So just roll my axe again, pretty much in general.
yeah, another great axe roll.
Let's go, baby. Go fuck yourself.
Oh, I forget. Do I take the right number or the left number?
The right.
On the
left,
right.
Left.
The right is shiny.
Left.
This is
The left.
advantage.
If he already rolled, you'll
Then-
take the left.
Yeah,
Oh.
it's the 7 doesn't hit. And
Oh, okay.
now he has advantage on hitting you.
Oh boy.
Cool.
And so,
Well, it's been
and
fun playing with y'all.
now it is Henrik's turn as he finishes up charging this pillar, and he goes, "Well, I would love to stay in chat, but we're getting the fuck out of here. Goodbye." And he squeezes behind Lil Jon, and he can't really like grapple you. He'd be pulling you out of. He'd be getting you attack of opportunity.
Oh, forced
He's
movement
gonna-
doesn't provoke attack of opportunity.
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah, he's gonna try and force you to this position
Mm-hmm.
and away from this guy. He wouldn't have to make a check for that, right? Because he's a friendly trying to change his position.
There's no official ruling. Usually, you need to grapple a creature to move it, and then you do move at half speed. That's how I've been usually seeing it.
I'll have him roll for strength, which is not very good. And Lil Jon, if you don't actively want to be moved, I'll have you roll for strength as well to see if you budge.
Hmm.
But if you would hear Henrik say that and be like, "Yeah, I should probably follow if he tugs on my back right now."
Yeah. I'm going to agree with that.
Word. Let me give him a D20 to see how good he does. A 2. Not too good. So
Uh.
he just kind of like pulls on the fabric of your back,
But you rip by my shirt. God damn it.
and you're just like, "Yeah, moving would be a good idea."
Yeah.
But he does not forcibly move you himself. He is too feeble.
Too
And then he stands here and goes, "Everyone in at the same time if you can."
Small problem there, Henrik, old pal. He's in between me and the portal. That might be a small problem.
Not really.
I mean, yeah, but like he's right there, and I have to like cross his path, and I don't really want to cross his path right now.
And
This is all
child.
just happening
And
while they're
child,
like,
there is
he's,
the
like,
point
standing-
of child.
He's like standing there just watching this conversation happen.
I'm like holding him with like the axe almost. Like he's biting down on the axe.
Yeah, he's still biting down. I'll say, and if you want him to still be biting down the axe, he doesn't have to be, because that would be a grapple, kind of.
Yeah.
It would just be flavor at that point.
Yeah. Just be a little tasty.
Anyway, Henrik's turn is done for now. Actually, yeah, no, that's Henrik's turn because he's out of spell slots at this point.
Oof.
And now it is going to be Malin's turn.
Yeah, here's the small problem. Child. Child is
Yeah.
making Brain not think straight because she wants to go through the portal. Like she's holding some very valuable shit right now. But also there is a child, and this is mom brain activating.
Throw the child.
Fuck no. That's the thing. This isn't her child. She doesn't want to take the child with her, especially to a completely different city. Okay.
Alternative, death.
Yeah, that's the problem, is the alternative is death. Well, it looks like Henrik isn't getting into the portal until his next turn anyway. Yeah, I have enough movement to do that in one turn. Okay. Then I'm going to attempt to, I'd like to gently push the child in the direction of this gate over here. Would that be my full action to move that child, or would that be bonus action movement? What do you want there, Makeshift?
You'd have to pass a grapple check against this kid.
You're fucking kidding me. The kid?
Yeah.
Oh, me and my 10 strength. Oh god, that would definitely be my action.
I believe in you.
Hmm. And he's focused on these two right now, so I mean... Fuck it, yeah, grapple check against the child. 18, fuck
Hey.
the child, I am pushing it that way.
Grabs him by the neck and
18?
kicks.
You realize as you try and push them, they're kind of oddly sturdy, but then you remember you can just pick up a child.
Yeah, I picked up the
Small.
child, and I put it over
You're a-
here.
You're a mother.
You do that.
Yeah, I like just kind of, what the fuck? And then I pick her up, and I go and I put her next to the pillar, and I tell her, run. And then I will
She
turn
just
back
kind
around.
of blankly stares up at you.
Okay, it's Upid.
Oh shit! You already broke it. You already broke it.
Well, I mean, this thing did throw a body at us, so I wouldn't be surprised if it traumatized a child. Yeah, alright.
What if you use
I also
intimidation to
really
make the child
don't
scared?
want friends to get hurt, especially after it just tried to...
I'll live.
I did.
Maybe.
You'll live.
Maybe.
You're both at similar healths right now.
Hmm.
It's fine. I'll just lose another leg.
I don't have enough level 2 spell slots, and the only spell slot I have is in level 1 is indeed a full action. Action. Fuck. Okay. I don't want to do that yet because the situation does not call for a form of dread yet. I am the big oh no. You know what? I'll return to my space over here, and I'm going to wait to see if the other two are able to get away.
Gotcha.
Okay, so that will be my turn at that point. Also, makeshift producer to DM, I put his correct turn order in now, so he is no longer last.
No, I said earlier I purposefully
You
put
want
him
him
at
last.
because
Then why did you roll him
Yes.
initiative?
just to see if he would be higher than the highest person in the party.
Just for fun, you know? Just for
You
Yes.
all are
gigs and
making my
shit.
brain melt.
It's pretty
The
funny.
funny haha.
It's not
Yeah.
funny.
Granted, I
haha,
did
I'm
say
confused.
that
My brain is
at the
soup.
start. Okay.
Are you at soup?
Anyway, is that the end of your
Harvest
turn?
you.
Yes, that is the end of my turn.
Scott.
Charms is now your turn.
All right. Well, he's gonna step back.
Are you going to keep me company?
Did you disengage?
No.
Oh,
Is
then
he gonna
gets
do
an
anything?
Attack of opportunity, yeah.
Okay.
He's gonna swing and miss completely.
Ah,
Let's go.
Perfect. Then Sharm steps back. He turns his right shoulder to him as he pulls out the same metal contraption he was using earlier, levels it at his forehead, and a deafening bang rings out as I fire my pistol for a 19 to hit.
Ooh, nice.
That hits.
That's hot.
That is kind of hot, not gonna lie.
He takes
That's
he
gotta
takes
hit.
9 piercing damage. And
You
at the same time, the little chameleon on my right shoulder does the same thing. Fires for a
Oh!
26.
that also
Nice.
hits.
26 hit. Okay. It takes 7 force damage and is pushed back 5 feet.
Nice. You shoot it directly in the head. Do you want to say the bird hits it like? What do you want to say it hits it in the face with the 26?
Yeah, I'll say the chameleon hits him in the face as well.
Gotcha. You nail this dude in the face, and like there's like some smoke coming off his face afterwards from the impact. He gets pushed back a little bit, but his posture hardly changes. Like he didn't lose his balance; he just skidded backwards a bit. And as he's leaning his head back, he brings it back forward, still all of his limbs laughing and laughing. And then he himself goes, "Oh, that was a neat little trick you've got there. Well then." And he reaches up to his forehead and like plucks out. I assume you shot him with a bullet, right?
Yeah, Renaissance bullet. It's a smooth ball, basically.
Yeah. He plucks out like the kind of squished smooth ball that was impaled into his forehead. And you see the space start to fill up and heal rather quickly. That actually hurt just a little bit.
Good. I've got more coming for you. As he breaks the gun in half, it reaches into a pouch as he begins to pull some things out of it. But he's gonna he's gonna take a step closer to Henrik.
You do that.
Fucking Reaper looking ass discarding his shotguns everywhere.
No.
I
He has multiple cylinders. He's not dropping them.
Oh, thank God.
That's
He's
expensive. Do you know how
Exactly,
expensive
that's
that
why I
would
was
be?
like, why the fuck are you breaking it?
No, he needs to. It's a breech-loaded gun.
Oh, it's one of those. Do I
Yes.
look like I know what guns are?
Knowing from the state you're from, yes.
Okay, fair.
Yeah.
Did literally go shooting the day after my wedding.
Uh-huh.
Anyway,
Yeah, I didn't get the opportunity. I was graduating.
sad. Anywho,
I know.
yeah.
Yes, that's the end of my turn, is to begin to reload my pistol.
Nice. Pepper,
Pepper.
it is now your turn.
Indeed, it is. Is the portal still fairly charged, or is it ready to go? Because I believe it was, wasn't it?
The portal now seems ready to go. It got the 2 pillars like filled with a spell slot each, so now it's actually going to be fast when you use it. It's a humming and a hawing, and it's ready to blorp you out on the other side.
It's coming in.
Blorp.
Cool. Huh. See, I could attack him pointlessly, or I could leave. I'm just gonna check my travel distance real quick. Shit, okay. I want to get myself gone, but also I don't want to leave the kid here when I know he's gonna attack us still. So what if I just move up to Malin, grab the kid? So that's 10 of my 30. 15, 60, sorry, 15, 20, 25, 30, and bring the kid over here with me.
Yeah, you can give me a quick strength check.
After all the work I did,
Time to undo that.
I'm
man,
getting this kid out of here!
the kid doesn't belong to us.
Wait, that's true. The kid doesn't belong to us. You make a great point.
This is not our child. This is someone
However,
else's child.
What would Pepper be thinking right now?
This is a conversation that's happening as I've gone to grab this kid. It's just like, we need to go. No, don't take the kid with us.
Mullen
Here's
will,
the thing,
if you
Mullen.
go to attempt to grab the child, Mullen will give you a look of, that's not ours, stop it. We're not
What happens if we
adopting
leave
a
them here?
dog.
What happens if we leave them here?
Mullen just looks like she wants to fight you, and also, yeah, you're fucking right at the same time, but...
With that, I take the kid,
Okay.
and I go up to the door.
Mullen,
I bring the kid here.
she'll just look between the child and the thing, the child and the thing, the child and the thing, and she's like, fuck! Yeah, that's her brain right now.
You do that.
Is Pepper just becoming slowly more and more unwell as time goes on?
Mentally unwell.
Maybe.
Makeshift?
Makeshift?
You good? Okay, there you are.
I was waiting for you guys to finish that skibbity bop and dot a moment.
I've ended my turn.
As you
boy.
as you end that turn, he goes, "Well, this little visit has been all fun and charming, but I'm going to be collecting what I came here for and leaving." And he steps in front of Little John. As he passes by you, he gives you like a little side glance, a little smirk. He almost looks a little proud of you. Like, yeah, you swing that axe, Little John.
You go, buddy.
Well done.
And then he steps right here, just right back out of your combat range.
Do you swing that
Do you-
axe, little guy?
Do you by chance want to attack of opportunity him? Because you can get one if you want one.
I will swing at him again.
I give
He
you an
look-
attack roll.
He looked at me funny.
That guy looked at me funny. I'm gonna hit
I'm
him.
gonna hit him.
Standard
Fuck
for
you.
Oh!
Fuck you.
Yes!
Fuck you.
20!
Fuck you.
Yeah,
Fuck you.
baby.
Fuck your damn ass
Yes,
laughing
baby
arms.
boy.
Fuck your chicken strips. Fuck
Oh,
your butter.
fucking crit.
Give
Let's
me
go.
that damage, and at the end, double it. I like to double my crits in this household.
13, 1, 2, 3.
Oh, damn.
Oh,
Seven,
fuck. That's 42.
Oh.
26 times 2.
26?
Question. Where do you aim that swing?
Right his fucking head.
Yeah.
That's a 52 damage.
What? No. That is.
Wait, hold on. Actually, wait. 13 plus 8 equals that times 2 equals 42. Yep, sorry.
Yeah,
Fucked up my math.
Aren't you the numbers guy? Didn't you get on my ass last session about numbers?
Listen,
Bruh?
I'm drinking.
Uh-huh.
I am in weekend
Classic.
mode, this is not numbers mode.
Wait, how did Great Axe deal 13 plus 8 damage?
Hold on. Let me read my stats and
It
shit.
automatically did the crit damage for you the way Roll20 does it. Take the 13 and
Uh-huh.
double that.
Oh,
She's
13
doing
is
so
26.
26. Okay.
Okay, 13 times 2 equals
26.
26.
There you go.
Dude, it would be cool if you just get the fucking number. I know he's not gonna die.
So you swing at the back of his head, and you kind of just like plant your axe right into his dome,
Mhm.
and then after he still just casually thugs that out and like keeps walking,
What?
and from where his head's split open, you can see more like teeth and jaws appearing,
Ugh.
and they also start to laugh on the back of his head.
Ew.
He just kind of ignores you. But before he steps in front of here, he lifts up his hand and with his pointer finger just turns and flicks it to his left. And from right here, let me just you see this like spike shoot out this way? Give me a dexterity saving throw, Charms.
Oh. Hit by an attack. We're targeted by the magic plus. Ah, damn it. Alright. Well. Oh my god,
Hey,
21.
21. Nice.
That's a nice dexterity saving throw. You see the ground here like start to gurgle a little bit with like some black ooze, and then you manage to dodge to the side, expecting an attack. And like it forms this like orangey needle that like shoots right past you. It looks like it would have impaled your stomach if you didn't dodge.
Oh.
And behind you, Henrik seems to have gotten jabbed by it a little bit. And you can see it like hit him in the shoulder. And he
Oh, God,
stumbles
it went
backwards a
backwards.
little bit closer towards the portal. He's like almost touching it right now. And then he just keeps using his movement. So 5, 10, 15, 20.
Can I punch him?
I'll say he walked this way.
Yeah, it's still.
It's still out of his range.
Out
You
of
could still
mine.
try and take a swing.
Yeah.
Sure. If you want to, you can do it. I'll
Just-
allow it.
Just out of fucking. Yeah, I didn't expect it, but he still goes for a swing with his left arm now that he's done reloading. Ah.
And he walks up to you, Mullen,
Oh no.
with an eerie calmness, all those mouths on his body still cackling and laughing in his voice. And he looks down at you with this sort of bored look on his eyes and goes, "Easy way or hard way?"
Mullen is staring, like, holding eye contact with him, and she looks like she's about to explode. Like, angry-wise. Like, there's a little bit of fear behind it, but it's mostly coming out as anger. I will wait to do my shit on my turn.
And as his action, he reaches up and he puts his hand around your antler.
Oh,
With
hell
a
no! Do not touch!
Eerie speed, he reaches up and grabs at it. As he says, easy way or hard way.
That's for charms
Indeed.
and charms only.
Correct!
And then he ends his turn there.
Okay, question before Streaky starts doing his turn. Is he pulling, or is he just putting his hand around it right now?
He's just got a grip on it.
Okay.
He's not pulling it towards him.
Okay, cool. Good. Because if he did, that would be a major problem. Major problem.
Major problem.
Salute.
I'm sorry, it's in my head! Anyway. Alright, you're good, Streaky, go for it. Oh, Streaky is currently muted.
I'm here, meeting.
His dog
Oh.
is barking.
Oh,
That's what's
he's-
happening.
Snacking.
He's eating his dog. Like, fuck you, stop barking. Yum, 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 yum.
Bites you.
I don't want to eat my dog,
Consumes
man.
you whole.
I don't want to eat the dog, man. He's adorable. Don't do that.
Stop eating your dog, man. And I'll stop saying you're eating your dog.
My dog is literally staring at me from the door. Don't do that.
My brother in Christ, take your
He's looking
turn.
He's looking
Okay.
at, like, that you, like...
Well,
you
John,
must
are you just
be
like chewing on like the hilt of your axe right now? You're about to die.
eating.
I'm hungry. So, seeing that the dude is here next to a friend, I'm going to get angry.
Oh, it's rage time.
I don't like hurting friends. So I go get angry. I then run up to him again. And I swing my axe.
All right, you aiming for the back of his head again?
Yeah,
Go for it.
let's go, baby. Come on.
15. That hits.
Let's go. And
Roll for
now-
some damage.
damage. This also includes
What a
should include the
damn.
rage. Okay. Fuck yeah. That is indeed
2
a
damage.
9. Yeah.
Nice. You swing down your axe. What are you aiming for? Arm, head, neck?
I'm aiming for that, like, just his back, like, going right at his spine.
Going straight for the spine,
Yeah,
like
chopping
horizontally to get between the
Chop-
vertebrae.
Like, chopping him down like wood.
Chop you wood.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
You do that,
Chop his wood.
swinging away at his spine, and you plant your axe right in the middle of his back. And again, it seems like another mouth starts to form right where that happened, and teeth immediately grow in its place. It's a nice uniform-looking mouth too,
God damn it.
kind of equivalent to the size of the gash you put in him.
How many goddamn mouths do you have?
A lot, apparently.
Yeah, fucking, I'm
It's
making more
it's a
mouths.
few.
Alright. Could I make a reckless attack?
That's something that you apply during an attack.
Fuck, you're right. Okay.
So you only could have maybe chanced a crit with reckless attack, but you have to do that as you're attacking.
Got it. Okay, noted for next time.
Yep.
Okay, hear me out.
Oh boy.
skedaddle over here, grab you. Oh, we yeet ourselves to the portal.
He is holding onto my antler at the moment. If you do that,
I-
you will cause Malin pain.
Yeah, you can also visually see that happening. So if
Oh, yeah.
seeing that would change your mind, then
Okay, hold on.
Yeah, just remember, horns and antlers, two different things. Horn probably wouldn't cause pain. Antlers are like nails. They have quicks in them. If you pull on it, it will hurt.
What if I aim for the hand?
with your attack,
Yeah.
didn't you already make your attack on the spine?
I know. Yeah, I already did. And
I can-
I'm going to say...
I can say since it's your turn, I'll let you retroactively re-aim it at his arm.
The arm that is grabbing the antler to, like,
Yeah,
make him look...
If you aim for like the shoulder, same exact thing
Yeah.
happens. A mouth forms right where you land it. It
Yeah.
does seem like it made his arm slouch a little bit. I really hope that motorcycle doesn't go into like infinity gear real quick and make so much noise. There's some dude who lives nearby me who does that shit all the time. But as you hack at his shoulder, it seems like it droops his arm a little bit, but he's still got plenty of grip left on that antler.
Okay. Does... Do, 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 do. I want to think if I could just grab his hand and like yeet it off of the antler, but again, that might hurt you.
Yeah.
If you can move him, so I'm gonna throw mechanics at y'all real quick.
Throw it at me.
Another way to
I'm
break
stupid.
grapple is to move the grappler out of the grapplees. Like since the guy only has 5 foot melee range, right? If you push him
From what you
5
can
feet
tell.
away from Malin, he can't grapple her. Since
Can I like RKO him to like?
I mean,
that's mechanic wise.
you've used your action already. Is the problem?
Fuck.
Yeah.
Yep.
God damn it. Okay.
You have bonus
So now you're
action
just-
and movement at this point, and not a lot of movement.
Yeah. I don't want to be a dick and move away. That's the problem.
I could say that, like in Baldur's Gate, they let you shove people with a bonus action. Should I allow that? That seems too powerful.
He's holding on to my antler.
Yeah, I know. That's the thing. I'm trying to think
Will
of things
he
like,
let
what can I
go?
do?
That's the thing.
Well, I mean, I swung an axe at his arm, so like, in that didn't make him let go. So I'm just like, whoop, shit.
Exactly.
So is that the end of your turn?
Yeah, I'll just stay here and in my turn. I really don't have much options
Do
that could like
appreciate
not
you,
harm. Yeah,
yeah,
no problem.
not hurting me, thanks.
yeah. I've already done that once by jumping into a worm. I'm not doing that again.
I mean, technically, that's just
Then-
your Brock. But either way.
yeah.
Either way, it's my turn now, correct?
Yeah.
It's Henrik's
Oh,
turn, right?
Henrik, right.
Yeah.
Where did his
Henrik then...
There he is.
Oh, yeah. I moved it just a moment ago up. Anyway, so on Henrik's turn, you see him reach out his hand, and he launches out a projectile that seems to look like a glowing arrow of some kind, like some sort of yellowish glowing arrow. And let me see if it hits him. 13 plus, yep, that hit him.
13?
And a few arrows lodge themselves with a sizzle into his forearm, but still he doesn't let go of that grip on your antlers.
Stop threatening me with a good time. Okay. It's me now, right?
Yes.
Okay, good. Everyone went real silent, and I got real scared for a hot second. Okay, cool. My turn. Okay, he's grabbing onto my antler. Pepper has the child. Fuck it. Mommy is angry. She'll kind of reach up and grab at his hand. Just trying to basically keep him from pulling on the antler too much because ow. Please don't do that. And then I'm gonna activate my form of dread for the first time.
Oh, hell yeah.
Essentially what happens when she activates her form of dread is, she gets a bit bigger and a bit spookier.
Ooh.
She started, like, her bones start to, like, crack and break and rearrange as she gets a bit bigger and a bit more hunched over. Her teeth elongate a bit into some spiky shit. And most notably, her antlers get much, much bigger, almost to, like, twice their original size. They look like big male reindeer antlers, but if you don't know what happens when antlers grow, they grow with velvet on top of them, and the velvet has to schlep off at some point. Velvet schleps off.
Ugh.
Underneath all the velvet is a lot of blood vessels, so her antlers are quite bloody and basically look like they have flesh hanging off of them. It's very gross, but also really cool. Yeah, she's gone a little bit feral. And that's just my bonus action. I also do gain 10 temporary hit points. No, wait, 1d10 temporary hit points. Excuse me. Let me do that correctly here. 1d10 temporary hit points. Plus my warlock level. I am warlock level 3, so let me roll that d10 real quick. Hey, that is actually 10 temporary hit points. I am correct. I can see everything in the future. I am a god.
Nice.
And her, like, clawed hand kind of tightens around his, and I am going to cast I'm going to assume that this motherfucker is probably immune to necrotic damage, so Chill Touch probably wouldn't be the best thing here. But I do have Eldritch Blast.
You're in melee range.
Oh, damn, that's right. It is melee range. Fuck. Yeah, I just read that range spell attack. I'm an idiot. Fuck it. Antler time. It's a good thing I have
Antler
those
time.
wonderful little antlers. So yeah, I'm going to basically, in very rough and grizzled Sylvan, tell him to go fuck himself and to let go of me. And not do shit! Because that's a 10, and I already know that doesn't hit. Fuck. Still do it, though. Still look cool. Still look very, very spooky. As I am now.
How do you wait?
Very spooky.
How are you attempting to attack him? Is it with your antlers?
Yeah, I'm trying to basically lean down and shove my antlers forward.
Oh, since he's currently grabbing onto it, I'll say you have advantage on that hit.
Okay, cool.
Just because he's literally holding the thing you're gonna stab him with.
Oh no! No!
Did you get worse? You got
Nat
worse.
one. I got a nat 1. Oh god. Oh.
You just managed to.
Shit.
The pointy bits do not seem to, like, meaningfully impale him. I'll say, you got him poked a little bit with, like, the antler that he's not hanging on to. The other one did not impale him at all. And you just push him backwards a little bit into Lil Jon.
Oh, yeah, that's all I can do.
Yeah, I tried to save you.
She doesn't give a
Hey,
fuck right now.
Peter.
She's kind of a spooky, feral, predator-looking thing. I don't give a fuck who's behind him.
Okay.
Okay, well, that's my turn. Fuck.
He's gonna push the child behind him to sort of hopefully start inching it towards the bubble.
Nice.
Because he too was making that same movement. But let me start over. I fucked up. He grabs the head of the child and pushes them one ear against the side of his like rib cage, and his other hand like covers the child's ears as he aims and fires the gun again.
Oh, okay, I see what you're doing. You're okay, yeah. Right.
You do that? I was also a little confused for a moment, but yep, give me an attack roll.
Yeah,
At
because,
advantage because he's completely surrounded.
18 to hit.
That's a hit.
Hell yeah, baby. The lowest damage I could have rolled, 4. Chameleon fires again. For a why are you rolling a d20?
Oh, just to see if he let go. He didn't. He got a crit on the grapple.
Okay. Well,
Ow.
a 19 on hit.
Yeah.
That's a 7 force damage, and he gets pushed here.
With the force damage push, I'll say that does force him to be pushed this way, and he has to let go of Mullen's antlers. As you see that happen, it seems like he scrapes along her left antler, and it causes her left, his right. So her left antler, and a few of the cuts seem to leave bleeding marks along his right arm, whereas all the other attacks have created mouths.
Hmm.
And when he looks down at them, he seems a little, and reminding you all, he is still laughing from all those mouths.
Mm-hmm.
He sees the cuts and he seems a little interested in the cuts.
He's gonna get pushed to child. Go now.
You push the child, and they take one step back to the same position as Henrik, but they don't seem to. They don't seem to budge. They almost look like they're trying to like peek around where you're standing.
He looks down at the child with electricity sparkling in his mouth. Or do I need to say it twice?
And is that the end of your turn?
That's the end of my turn. He goes back to focusing on the guy, starting to reload.
Nice. You do that. Pepper, it is now your turn.
For my action, can I pick up the child and yeet them through the portal?
You can try.
I'd like to pick up and throw. I'd like to. I don't even want to pick up and throw them. I just need to like shunt them one step back.
Yeah, basically.
Just gonna give them a little push.
Eat the child.
Give me a strength check against their
17.
strength.
Oh! Strong child.
What do you mean? A 10-year-old rolled 19.
I mean, you're small,
I mean,
so
Yeah, you're the size of a 10-year-old, so
Yeah, it's two 10-year-olds
Shut
swatting at
the
each other with their eyes
fuck up.
closed.
I am a magical adult. Okay,
Oh, man.
I'm a whole
so-
ass
Baby in your
woman.
world, baby.
And so you don't manage to push the child all the way into the portal, and they don't really seem bothered by you like trying to push them.
Just gonna like point at them and just say like, "Go! Just get in the portal."
Just get in the
Get in the
robot
box.
Shinji.
They just ignore you.
Alrighty. Well, with that then, can I cast? I'd like to cast Bardic Inspiration on Malin.
Hell yeah. Thanks. I appreciate it.
And I'm going to once again try and grab the child and run through the portal.
You can't grab them again because you already used your
I
action to
grabbed
try
them
and push
again,
them.
already done that. Okay.
Yeah. But you are in the portal now?
I am going to go through the portal, yeah.
Nice. You immediately start to see the world around you altering to be the other side of the portal. It almost feels like you can just like walk this portal. It's not going to like immediately zap you over to the next position. There's like you can just walk a step or two and you'll physically be there. It's kind of designed for carts
Yeah.
to not get like shaken. And you are now through the portal and to relative safety. Is that the end of your turn?
Yep.
All right.
What?
And now it is Meanie's turn, and he turns back towards the group after inspecting the cuts on him, and the laughter of his various mouths seems to die down as Pepper went through the portal. And he goes, "Well, a bit annoying, but anyway, just hand it here. I'm low on my patience." And he reaches towards Mullen again. However, this time, I need to take a look at this. Oh, yep. Actually, that worked out perfectly. Sorry, I just had to read something.
Mhm.
As he reaches towards Mullen, everybody who is still currently in the combat, because Pepper is now just out of here,
In fact,
Uh,
I'm fully leaving.
yep.
Goodbye.
Yeah, they have to go to something. See ya.
Goodbye, Socks.
Dang, they didn't hear me say see you.
Goodbye.
Anyway, yeah, crap, I completely forgot to do anyway, as he reaches towards you, all of a sudden, just before he reaches your antler, he pauses, and you almost sense this like flash of blue color in like your peripheral vision, and he glances down at his two thighs, and there's these two notably large blue sort of crystals jammed into both of his like legs that poke out the backside that you did not see a moment ago, and they seem to have come out of absolutely nowhere. Charms, actually, all of you give me a perception check.
Okay.
DC is like 18.
Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba.
Hey,
Well.
my first good perception check, 22.
I didn't make it.
Nice. Mullen, you notice from your peripheral vision, it seems like that child had leaned around Charms, and they had their hand on their mask for a moment as if they had taken it off slightly.
Mullen's predator form was a little confused, but still quite focused on this meanie.
And then they lift up their hand in like a come here, like the child lifts up their hand in like a come here motion as they start walking backwards into the portal.
Towards me?
Yeah, they motioned that towards you while they saw you looking at them.
Okay.
And he is going to be a bit too. He seems really shocked at the appearance of his legs being speared. And he then spends his turn grasping at them and slowly yanking them out in one big heave as he then drops to his knees. And that's the end of his turn.
All right, Streaky.
So, since, you're free, I'm free, this dude is screaming for ice cream, I'm going to skedaddle skadoodle to the portal.
Quite smart, I would recommend.
Yes, you are free, my job is done. And now, I did it. Charms, I want to be with Charms, like, we're getting out of here, right?
Go.
Okay, and then get in the portal.
You do that, and you are now free from the encounter.
Woo-wee.
And then Henrik sees that, and he says, "All right, quickly, now's our chance." And he immediately also goes backwards through the portal, and he is out of there.
Okay, so it's me now?
Yes.
Cool. Yeah. After being motioned to by a child who I'm assuming caused that, I'm going to continue facing this guy and slowly back up towards the portal. Once I'm far enough away, and I have plenty of movement left, so nobody call me stupid, then I'm going to just funky little warlock motherfucker. Yeah, sure, she'll do it to distract him. She just lets loose Eldritch Blast, looks a bit spooky, and then she'll glance over at Charms just to make sure he's following, and then boop into the portal.
Yeah,
You do that.
He just keeps staring at him, but he gives you a small nod as you pass him by. Charm is gonna fully turn his back on this guy as the chameleon tap around his shoulder to keep looking at him as he begins walking through. The chameleon fires one last shot at him.
Hell yeah.
You do that. Give me an attack roll.
Please
Just
tell
to
me
be
the chameleon
fucking-
has a name.
Let's go.
There's a name.
24.
I'll introduce him soon.
I hope
The
so.
chameleon got fire rolls.
A 5 force damage, and he gets pushed 5 feet back again.
Ooh, that's a good escape.
Good.
Good insult.
And you can hear what feels like what sounds like a thud on the ground as you then hear, "Oh, you little," and then like the voice gets too distant for you to hear.
He cackles as he begins walking through. But I'd like to do an investigation on this portal because I'm gonna assume they're mirrored on the other side. I want to see if I can't, with the recent memory of the papers, if I can spot a weakness that I can exploit to shut this portal down when we get through.
You do know that. Actually, give me an investigation check or an arcane check, whichever you think will help you more.
Investigation. He's looking for structure here.
You do recall that in this type of portal, they tend to have a conductive material around the circumference of the portal in the structure, like that arc. That on the inside is rather sensitive, and it's very important to maintaining the portal.
Ah, perfect. Then, as Sharms walks through and he gets past to the other side completely, he's just gonna aim the gun up. So when he has passed through and gotten out to the other side, he fires and hits the sensitive runes on the sensitive inlining up above. And hopefully that will destroy it, shutting it down.
Word. Do that, firing a bullet kind of up and behind you. Give me an attack roll to see if you hit it.
Yes!
Yes!
Oh
Let's
my god, I would have
go,
been so
baby.
disappointed if I failed.
Ah,
Oh!
So you hit it, and as soon as it chips that exterior layer, you hear like kind of like this wubbing around you until you get slingshot forward by what it kind of feels like if you had a rubber band stretched out and you snipped one side, you
Mhm.
get like jettisoned forward the last few feet of your movement, and you get thrown onto the stone floor on the other side. And that is the end of combat. Do we all want to take a quick bathroom break?
Yes, please. A
Yes.
quick
Yes.
piss break would be great. Thank you.
Piss break.
Awesome.
All right, piss break, y'all. We will return with the rest. Session 3 of Ghostlight Theatre. Stay tuned.
yeah.
Great. We have returned from the piss break. Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Alrighty. So,
Hello.
makeshift. We've gone through the portal. What happens on the other side?
So, as you all get your bearings once again on the other side of this portal, you find yourself in a very similar looking room. It is really just so I just saw an image in the side chat of a banana that's perfectly straight. I hate it. I'm gonna close that and not look at it. Anyway,
Oh, God.
that was uncanny. But you find yourself in a very similar room, except there's no damage to this one, and the portal doesn't have the bullet dent inside the frame that you would expect from that gunshot you heard. The portal behind you is also deactivated entirely.
Mhm.
You noticed two things immediately. One, that young girl is just kind of vibing, standing up just like before. And two, Pepper seems to be unconscious on the ground. Well, not entirely unconscious, but they're kind of like groaning and like grasping at their chest.
I'm still in my form of dread. I don't want to
Oh
make it
yeah,
worse.
Alexander.
I would do the same thing. I probably have already done the same thing once, but anyway, yes, okay.
Charms, as Charms begins to stand up from having fallen face first after being so fucking badass.
Yeah.
He gives you a look up and down as he's gonna before he starts approaching Pepper. That's the name.
You try and call out to Pepper?
Yeah, he calls out to Pepper as he begins to approach.
They seem unresponsive on the ground, but you notice that you get this feeling that something's wrong with one of their lower ribs. You can almost like feel this aura emanating from it. It's hard to explain. Family Guy death pose. That's
I saw
funny
that
sucks.
too. I was like, don't laugh, don't laugh, don't laugh, don't laugh. Okay, I can laugh.
Cool. Well, he looks back at the portal, making sure it's deactivated.
It is.
As he starts calming down, he says to Malin, "Stop whatever you're doing. John, deal with the child. Henrik, help me here."
Oh, okay.
As Charms is going to start casting Identify on whatever that pulsing is. It very much is an object and magical and such, but might as well try.
You try and do that. Identify. 1 minute. Choose one object you must touch throughout the casting of the spell. You must touch throughout the casting of the spell if it is magic items, some other immutable object. You put your hand over where you're sensing this coming from, but it seems like it's just under the skin. You can get this feeling that whatever this isn't from a school of magic that you've ever seen anything from before. It's very uncanny. It's like looking at a solar eclipse with safety glasses on.
Oh, okay. I don't know what this is.
While he does that, Mullen is actually going to approach the child first. She's not going to listen to you. Fuck you.
Form
I mean,
of
she
dread
did, but-
approaches child.
Yeah. Oh no, that's exactly what she's going to do. Form of dread. Full freaky looking monster approach the child, and she's gonna kind of like
Casually
loom
approaches.
over her. Indeed, very much casually approaches child. And she's gonna loom over the child, and she's going to look down, and again, only in rough Sylvan, we're gonna see if this works. She's going to ask, "What the hell are you?"
And looking up at you, they just tilt their head to the side, and they put their hands above their head, and they touch their thumbs down at the top of their skull with their palms outstretched, in a way to kind of like mimic your antlers in a like joking way.
Mullen kind of narrows her eyes a bit, and decides, "Fuck it, I need to be able to speak. This is gonna fucking hurt." And she makes kind of an odd sound, and it's almost a mixture between a reindeer call. I don't know if y'all have ever heard that, but they're very high-pitched and kind of grating on the ears, and a groan of pain as she lets her body kind of revert and bones crunch back into place and the antlers shrink back down to their normal size and the velvet kind of replaces itself. And her fucking pristine white shirt is now covered in blood, and she's looking at this child and panting a bit heavily as the pain kind of subsides a bit. That's not child. A child doesn't have power like that. What are you? Would you like me to roll anything makeshift, like a... I'm trying to figure out, like, an investigation, maybe?
Yeah, do an investigation check.
Okay.
I'd like to remind the audience that there is not a single human in this party aside from Henrik.
Correct. Yeah. Half-orc,
Well,
dragonborn, satyr, man.
Man.
Alright, investigation. Motherfucker!
You're able to piece together
Well, I'm in pain, so it makes sense.
you have seen enough human children that you realize this girl doesn't seem to be a child. They just seem small and dainty.
It's fucking halfling.
I know it. Well, I'm right. This isn't a fucking child. Damn it! Could have gotten killed because of you. Fuck. How many people are currently in this room, or is there no one on this side either?
There is nobody in this room right now. It looks like this room is currently closed for operations. Like, the doors are all shut. There isn't, like, somebody at the desk. and
Okay. Doors shut.
people
Gotcha,
ready.
gotcha. Okay. Stay. And she kind of, like, makes a finger at the woman, and she'll walk over to Pepper. Am I able to tell what's going on?
Yes. When you look
Okay.
down at Pepper, you see from their ribcage this very familiar energy emitting from it that you instantly recognize as the source of your own magic.
Oh, shit. How'd she get that?
How'd she get what exactly?
I'm probably going to have to answer a lot of questions after this, but just... She also has a death bone in her. And,
Wait,
yes,
whoa,
the thing
whoa.
the thing we just stole from your father. Yes, the bone of death of Moros. Yes, she has one in her, as do I, and we need to get the fuck out of here. Okay? We need-
Also has what? Oh my god!
Yes, you know a little too little about me, my friend. We need to go. We need a place to lay low right now.
Apparently so. Well, all right.
I will
Luckily,
deal
I know
with you in a
contact
minute. We
here.
need to go. You have a contact? Where?
They're in the center of the city. It's a bit of a walk, but it shouldn't be much of a problem.
Damn, the center of the city. Fuck. And she's going to use prestidigitation to get the blood off of her shirt. So she's gonna take a second, use prestidigitation, get the blood out of her shirt. Can I like push her hair back over her head and go? Okay. Oh, we're going to get a lot of fucking questions.
What are we
Shit.
doing about them? He looks towards the not child.
Mullen looks back over at the woman and goes, I am assuming you are going to follow us?
The child just gives you a thumbs up.
She's going to follow us. Great. Cool. We have another motherfucker. Fuck. And she's muttering in Sylvan, just annoyedly. Okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to walk out. We are going to inform them that there has been problems in the Outer Moon Academy. We are going to tell them that we escaped the only way we know how. And then we are going to run. We are going to tell them we're going to a medical place, but we are going to your contact. Is that clear?
as close as crystal.
Good.
That's some good planning.
We can
Sounds
answer
good to
any
me.
and all questions and deal with Pepper when we get to whoever your fucking contact is, okay?
Right, then let's start moving.
John, if you would.
Oh, okay. I grab Pepper and like carry her like princess style. It's like okay. Doop.
Thank you.
You do that. And you're now just carrying them quite easily. They're very small.
Yep.
Mullen will go ahead and actually take the lead here, and she will walk up to the doors. She'll kind of like crack her neck just a bit, and then she'll fix this like horrified, sad look on her face, and throw open the door.
You do that. And the small child / not child follows behind rather calmly. And Henrik also follows.
Okay,
have
are
the,
there people on the other side?
Yeah, there seems to be somebody who's just like sitting at like a desk and they're chatting with somebody who's like holding a broom. And the person at the broom like sees you and just kind of like pauses for a moment. They don't like go back to sweeping, but they're just kind of like standing off to the side now. And the person at the desk looks at you and is like, "Oh, sorry, we're not open for business. Pardon me, is everything all right?"
No.
There's been a
It's
problem. Sorry, I interrupted you, please.
No. No, it's not okay. We need medical attention.
Oh, oh dear, is something wrong?
There's been an yeah.
What? I don't speak that language, man.
Stop!
I don't speak normally.
I had a problem with the mic. Give me a second. Sorry. Okay.
Okay.
After he finishes talking, is everything all right? Mullen's just like, there's a problem at the Azure Moon Academy. We got out the only way we know how. Do you have superiors? Somebody you need to inform or?
Oh, I mean, I guess I should. How big is the problem at the Azure Moon Academy?
Many dead.
Oh, gods. Just a moment, I'll make a call to the authorities, I suppose, to warn them about the gates. Thank you for letting me know. Would you also like me to summon medical support, or are you capable of finding your way there?
I know where it is. Thank you, though.
All right. Stay well now.
Thank you. And then she'll
you
gesture her head to everyone else, and she'll start walking towards the exit.
Yeah.
And he like picks up some rune from under the table and he starts like talking into it, like, "Yeah, I just got this report." And he starts talking to presumably the authorities.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right. Once they get out of this portal area, Mullen will gesture to Henrik and be like, "All right, your turn. Take the lead, buddy boy."
And he does exactly that, taking the lead and walking directly towards where he knows his contact to live. As you step out into the streets of this new city, those who have been to Pleodorus, you immediately recognize it, but
What's up?
all of you see a realm that almost seems like it's from another planet. The streets beneath you, the buildings surrounding you, all of it's this incredible porcelain white with this some surfaces having kind of a marble finish to them, but otherwise it's all like this whole world around you was carved out of stone. These beautiful buildings built with patience and beauty in their design. And even the streets themselves seem to be made with care, even though people just step upon them every day, wearing them down. It's like this world's like made like a dollhouse almost. It's almost unreal, but to all the passerbys, the wide variety that you see, not quite the variety that you saw in the Azure Moon Academy, but a wide span of races. They all just seem to casually ignore the beauty of the buildings surrounding them.
Malin looks a bit unimpressed, as she's been here before, so she's just like, yep, okay, been here. I know this. I know some of the back alleys around here as well, but I'm not going to say that right now. I'm just going to keep my eyes on... I'm going to fall a bit behind, and I'm going to keep my eyes on the child. Child, quotation marks. Childlike being.
You'd see the
Thing.
metal chameleon on Charm's shoulder staring intently at the child.
John has this like little like rom-com moment where like the small town girl who's in the big city is like spinning around like, whoa, pretty.
John, do not draw attention.
Everywhere you look.
Everywhere you go. Yeah, Malin's just gonna nudge him a little bit with her elbow and go, do not draw attention. We can marvel at it later.
Marble like the ground.
Exactly.
Make fun of my accent,
See,
don't you? And she starts like muttering in Sylvan again.
I actually thought you said marble.
She said Marvel.
Oh,
Marvel.
I'm stupid.
It's truly the accent.
I would like to say I'm stupid.
No, you're not stupid. Not at all. It absolutely sounded like marble. It's what the accent does.
No, I'm saying John is stupid.
Oh, well,
I'm stupid as well. That's why I named John.
Words.
What'd you say, Angels?
Great play on words, nonetheless.
Play with words is fun.
How long does it take us to get to Henrik's? Oh, sorry. You go. If you have something to do, do it.
Yeah, I do have to say, even in the, well, relative darkness, it's beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah, sun is going down in this region.
Fuck. Just keep walking.
There's a conversation to be had from everyone here.
In
That's for
private.
sure. Indeed.
She kind of looks at Charms for a second, then she looks at the chameleon and goes, and what's that one's name?
Rick Shades.
She kind of looks at you for a second. You named your bird Archimedes and your salamander Rick?
Chameleon.
Chameleon.
It's-
Oh, my apologies.
I understand it can get mixed up.
Hmm.
Yes, Rick Shades.
Rick Shade.
I really hope someone catches this reference.
No, I don't get it.
I get it. I get the fucking reference, and it's funny. Jesus Christ. Anywho. Fucking stop it.
How like
Make sure. How long does it take us? How long does it take us to get to
I
Henry's
like context of this joke after this session.
So, after about 20 minutes of walking, you can feel the air starting to get a little bit cooler as the day is coming to an end. You don't actually turn too many heads, surprisingly. The variety of people, they aren't really surprised by like a satyr, a dragonborn, and a fairy. Like, there's enough variety here that that's not a strange sight. Few people turn to look at Little John as he's carrying one of you, but it's not a concerned look. It's like brief curiosity and then, whatever, their problem.
You should have
Like, probably just out drinking.
Can I maybe come up beside Little John and like gently fold Pepper's hands to look almost like she's asleep up against him, just to try and mitigate any other looks?
Sure.
Cool. Yeah, I'd like to like not too obviously walk up and do that, but just like move a little bit forward, take her hand, put it on her chest, take the other one, put it on her chest. Just it's fine.
Everything's okay. Do.
You do that. And after like about 20 minutes of walking, you see Henrik turn on the street and like arc his path towards what looks to be a large round wooden door. It seems like it's built to fit all manner of folk going through the door. And there's a sign hanging up that says it's got like a potion symbol on it, and he grabs at the knocker of the closed door and gives it 2 taps, a pause, then 1, 2, 3 taps, another pause, and then a tap 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 tap,
Secret code.
and then
Let's go.
after a moment, you also see that this building seems to just be made out of like the white stone at the base floor, but then there seems to be 2 more floors above it that are a little bit wider and also made more so out of wood. It doesn't look too shabby. It seems like it's been well made, but this was clearly expanded upon by whoever lives in it.
Hmm.
And after a minute, you hear like some like creaking. You see like a light shining through from probably either a candle or some light source. And the door immediately swings open. And on the other side, you see a relatively taller man. Actually, no, I'll say a relatively shorter man. This guy seems like he'd be pretty short. And you can see that his left arm seems to be mechanical. And he glances and immediately recognizes his old friend and goes, "Oh, hey! Good to see you again, Henrik. Who's the crowd? I'll explain later. Can you give us a place to sleep for the night?" "Yeah, come on in." And he just steps out of the doorway and just says, "Rooms are on the floor above. There's plenty of extra space." And Henrik walks right in, and he just like makes himself comfortable and goes, "By the way, there's a few extra rooms that are, or no, the friend mentions, by the way, in case Henrik didn't say, a few of the rooms are just using the rope trick spell. It's if you're not used to it, it's just a small door. There's space on the inside. You'll see it. I can explain later." As he beckons whoever's outside into the door.
Mullen will enter, and at the explanation of the rope trick, she's like, "What the fuck is that?"
I'll show you.
Okay,
Don't worry.
sure.
Charms is gonna be the last person in because I assume the the woman or child person of smaller stature is following us. Still.
Mullen makes fucking sure of it.
The child is getting in.
You do that, and the small woman follows in along with all of you.
All right. Mullen will. All right. So when we enter, where have we entered? A living room, like a front room. Where are we at the moment?
This seems like a relatively small but pretty cozy. It almost reminds you of like a coffee shop, but it seems like a potion storefront.
Okay. Storefront. Cool. Do I see the stairs from where I'm standing?
Yeah, they're just like down at the end
Okay.
of like there's like a row of tables with seats and
Right.
a counter, and like those are on either side of you. At the end of that is like a little hallway with like a staircase
Gotcha.
that spirals up.
Okay. Mullen is going to gesture to everyone. It's like, all right, come on. We need to go up there. We need some privacy. Let's go.
Let's go. Get in.
Gotta go fast. Let's go. Come on. And she like does the little like mom usher hand gesture. Like, let's go. Vamos, vamos. Let's go.
Like the field trip. Like, all right, everyone, in the bus.
Yes, but more firmly.
It's firm.
You do that, and you all make your way to the relatively cramped spiral staircase, but it's not even a problem for like Little John. It's just a bit smaller because the space is kind of small.
I was going to say, do
And,
I bonk my head?
At the top of the first, like on the second floor, you see a doorway that implies it leads to some kind of bedroom, because it's just a door,
Mm-hmm.
and up the space probably leads to that. And flanking either side of it, there's like 4 rope trick spells cast on like the small hallway right before it.
So how does this work?
Henrik explains, well, his room is the one at the end of this hall. We can just utilize any of these. And he goes up to one of the doors with like a rope hanging underneath it, and he just like opens it. And on the inside, you can see a small bedroom within a space that shouldn't be capable of being there. And it all gives off this like slight blue glow.
You should put Pepper down first. She needs rest.
Sharp's clocks is gone. All right, let's go.
Do you actually?
Gotta put her down.
Okay, cool, okay. Okay. And Malin would have probably decked you at that point. Nah. She needs rest. Having one of those inside, it's not a pleasant first couple of weeks.
Gotcha. I think we have some things to talk about ourselves, Malin.
We do. But put her down first.
All right, Little John, would you like to see her to the bed?
Woo-woo.
Okay. Hey.
Hey, hey!
Hey. I am a Satanist, unlike you two.
Oh, but what
Little
fun
John-
is there in being holy?
You have a point. But anyways, Lil John just carries Pepper to the bed and like gently puts her down, just like tuck her in a little bit.
You do that.
I guess you're comfy now. Alright, what is it?
Do you come back down from the rooms? Okay, cool.
Oh yeah, I come back down. Sorry. Sorry.
The whole time
I
Malin
thought we
just
were all
kind
in
of
it.
stands up against the wall and she's taking a lot of deep breaths.
Sharms will approach and lay a supporting hand on your shoulder.
She kind of looks at you, cocks an eyebrow.
It'll be fine.
I know
I'll
it will
make
be
sure
fine.
of it.
No, it will be fine. I would just like some of the soreness to go away. And she kind of like cricks her neck again.
Well, I still have some of the salve.
Tempting. Henrik,
Yes. What is it?
is there... Are these rooms the only private ones available, or is there somewhere we can all sit and not be squished together?
Well, there is the top floor, but that's mainly a sort of studio. I don't think he'll mind if we borrow it.
Might be good to sit up there for the time being.
Yeah. I'll meet you up there.
Right. Will the child woman thingy follow him? Or is she gonna stay with us?
She's gonna follow Henrik up the stairs.
Cool. And she'll look back up at the room and wait for Little John to come back down.
Little John comes back down.
Alright. Let's go get the painful part over with. And Malin will turn and head in the direction that Henrik went.
Hey.
You do that.
Once she gets up there, what kind of studio are we talking here?
Well, it's got a telescope pointing out the window. And again, this room seems a little odd. It seems magical in some way, like it's a little bit bigger on the inside, but it's only got that one round window at the front, or at the far end where the entrance would have been on the first floor. But there's a good amount of equipment in here and a lot of chests that all seem to give off a pretty obvious mystical like aura to them.
Well then. And Malin will kind of place herself up against something sturdy and sit down and kind of just she'll relax a little bit before resting her head on one of her hands and go, all right, ask your questions.
Well, first and most obvious one. What is this about already having one of those bones in you?
Little John, I have a question for you.
Yes.
If I speak to activities that aren't exactly legal, are you going to run and report me?
If you had a good reason for them, I won't.
I don't.
I beg to differ.
She kind of like shoots him a look, and it's very much a shush. I'll get to you in a second. And looks back at Little John.
Well,
Sure you would, Henrik.
well, seeing what you can do and become, I don't think I have a choice in the matter, so I'm just going to sit down and not listen.
You can stick your fingers in your ears if you need to.
Okay.
And
She just wants to stick the finger.
she almost chuckles. It's just a little half smirk. It's like, oh, you're cute. And she turns and she looks back at Henrik.
You're stupid.
Yeah, it's like, oh, it's stupid. I like it. I'm gonna protect it. She turns and
Yes,
she looks
finally.
back at Henrik. In your letter, you know exactly what I've been up to for the past 5 years, but you don't know why. I made a deal with the god of death 5 years ago. Nearly 6. In exchange for him not taking my daughter's soul, I need to kill in that form that you saw. So far, I've been doing it once a month, every month, for 5 years. I got this by finding his bone in my backyard as I was digging my own child's grave. And she kind of like sets her jaw just a bit as if this is not fun to talk about. I fused it to my skull to make sure that nobody does what that thing attempted to. It's in here. And she reaches up and she taps like the very base of her antler, right where it like attaches to her skull. Most reindeer shed their antlers, especially females, after the spring. I put it in a way where I could still grow my antlers and yet it would stay attached to my body.
Clever.
Thank you.
Well, under different circumstances, I'd be rather fascinated by this. But this is very strange circumstances.
Quite.
Can't see the beauty in the strange.
No, it's not that. It's just that now we're far more involved in far more dangerous forces than I ever imagined.
Agreed. I had no idea that was going to happen. That's... And she kind of shudders a little bit. I've never seen something like that before. That thing had a lot of power. A lot of, as you call it, the death miracles. We have another word for it, but... Pepper also has a bone inside of her. I recognize the energy. I'm not exactly sure how big, but I'm assuming it's part of or replacing one of her ribs. I don't know if she even knows about it.
At least we're working with more information than we had before. Now then, I think I need some coffee.
Before you leave and get your coffee, I have a question for you.
Yes?
How long have you been planning this?
I've been planning it back since... Well, To make a long story short, I met quite a few interesting people. Back when I made a visit to this place you might have heard of called Vestia. A powerful city, but far away. I only went there with my father, Aldestrel. When I was there, I ran into a woman who had rather incredible divining powers. It was from her abilities that I was able to copy them, and I was able to divine the information that I've wanted for my entire life. The actual breaking in, I've understood how to do that for a very long time. But I didn't have a crew until I met her, and I could use her abilities.
That explains how you understood our English brain soup, please. That
Figure it out.
Yes, thank you. That explains how you figured out how to write those letters.
Indeed, and how I knew none of you would narc on me.
That too.
Also, before you ask, yeah, my friend here won't be narking on any of us. Long story.
You wouldn't live long enough to try.
Considering the people he surrounds himself with, I wouldn't be surprised if his friend here actually could have a leg to stand on.
Well, he actually almost lost one of those as well. The accident took out the whole arm, but again, that's a story for another time.
Go get your coffee, Henrik.
Agreed. I'll meet you all upstairs.
Is he gonna leave?
Yeah, he walks downstairs to get a round of coffee.
Lovely, wonderful. That's when Mullen's gonna focus in on the woman. Okay, your turn.
She walked upstairs with
Oh, she went within?
with Henrik. Oh wait, you just talked with Henrik.
Yes.
Wait, Little John walked upstairs. Okay, yeah.
We're all up in the studio. Henrik
My bad.
went down to go get coffee. Makeshift's brain is also
yeah.
soup.
My fingies are in my ears.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you were pointing at yours. Okay.
Yeah. Where?
This whole time, the woman's just been like leaning against a small table. She's been like sitting in a seat watching this, just kind of like in like a bored manner, like tapping the side of her head or like scratching the side of her face. But she seems just kind of bored, waiting around.
Your turn. Who are you?
She props herself up a bit and puts a hand on her cheek to think about it for a moment. And then she once again lifts her hands up into the air and taps her thumbs down against the top of her head to mimic the antlers. But then she lifts them up in front of her in almost like a praising, lifting your hands to the sky motion, and brings them down next to each other as if she's lowering a crown on her head.
May I make an insight? Would that be insight to see if she understands that?
She does one more thing before you make that check, though.
Okay.
Which is that she then lowers her hands down. Then after she makes that motion like she's resting a crown on her head, she brings one of her hands to her face and moves the mask to the side a little bit so that you can see one of her eyes. And when you see her face, it looks to be a very fair, almost porcelain-skinned woman's face. And her eye has this distinctly golden color to it.
Can I roll insight now?
Yes.
Okay, please. Please don't roll like shit. 17! Please!
Nice. Something about them. So, like, this person. It seems like they're just a mute woman, but this does remind you of old stories, like fairy tales you hear in the Feywild. About. It's kind of like a Little Red Riding Hood story. If you were to run into some woman who wore a red hood and was carrying a basket, you'd be like, oh, that's a little characteristic of the Little Red Riding Hood story, you've heard stories that kind of mention somebody with golden eyes like this, who's like a dainty small woman. In the stories generally connected to the god of nature, but it's gotten pretty vague over the years.
Wait, that's god of nature. Wait a second. I know you. I know this story. It's a big tree.
No, as in legend? No.
She nods her head when you say big tree.
Big tree. And she kind of like racks her brain for a second, trying to remember the story that she might have heard from some like older satyr women. Big tree. God of nature, God of the boy in the tree, and there's some sort of curse. Why can't I remember the name? I know this. This is a story from the Feywild. She turns like slightly towards Charms. There's a story from the Feywild that this is ringing way too many bells for me. I just can't remember her name.
Good, bad, someone we need to concern ourselves with.
Extremely powerful. Godlike. I want to say god of nature, but that's not true. The god of nature is a man. The god of nature...
No, that was a crown. Royalty.
Yes, that's a part of the story. She crowned something. She kind of looks back at the woman, and she looks at her, and she like makes a little hand gesture. Hot, cold. Am I right?
Storms will say
She nods at when you're saying things like royalty and stuff like that.
King of the Feywild, Queen of the Feywild.
No, the king of the Feywild is also a man.
She lifts up her hand and does this like side to side motion, where like you kind of like wave your hand like kinda, and then just shrugs and stands up from the chair she was sitting in.
Did the king die?
And then she walks towards you, Malin. And where are you keeping the finger bone on you?
Yeah, she currently has it in a pouch, like that's on the same belt as the skulls that are hung around her waist.
Gotcha. So she kind of like leans forward a bit with her hands on her hips to look at it, and then looks up at the base of your antler again. Then she looks back at you and points at you, just kind of towards like your stomach, chest area. Or no, she points towards your face. Then she brings her hand towards herself and hooks her finger. Or no, she points towards you, and with her other hand, she hooks her finger. And then, with the finger that she pointed at you, she brings her thumb and index finger together to suggest, like, holding something small in her fingers. And she kind of motions to, like, hook the object onto her other finger and wrap it around a few times. She then lifts her arm above her head and sort of like quickly shoves it forward in a throwing motion, as if to like cast out a line. And then she makes a motion like pulling in rope. And, grasping at something and snapping it apart.
She turns.
And when you say bait, she nods.
She turns and looks at Charms and then looks back at the woman, and she looks offended. We're bait, or I'm bait? Or all of us?
She gives a thumbs up to all of us.
Now, who are we reeling in?
Take a wild guess. I'm assuming we're bait for that fucking thing back there?
She nods again.
She curses in several Sylvan, just several strings of Sylvan curses. No! I am not playing bait for you. I'm not playing bait for anybody. These people should not be playing bait for you. What? Are you insane?
Malin.
What?
We don't have a choice.
No, we do have a choice. This is ridiculous.
As long as you have a bone of death in you, we do not.
That's why I came here, to find a way to get it out.
Well,
I am not playing bait. I have a child. I have someone who needs me. I'm not playing bait. And like Malin kind of stands up from her position and ooh, she's not happy.
can you write? He looks to the woman.
She gives a thumbs up.
Common.
She gives a thumbs up.
What is it, the language of in the Feywild?
Sylvan.
Sylvian?
It's the one Malin keeps speaking in.
Can you write in Sylvan?
She gives a thumbs up.
He produces a simple parchment and just raw coal. Who is it that we are currently reeling in? And he hands it to them. So
She
can write.
she holds the paper. After a moment of looking at it, shrugs, puts it on the table, and sits down with it, and takes the coal. Let me think.
Like
She
having a
wouldn't-
child, crayons, and a paper.
She wouldn't outright write something sophisticated, so I'm gonna say she picks up the piece of charcoal and she starts making like scribbling motions, which you assume are probably Sylvan based on the fact that it doesn't look like common yet. But she's like starting at the middle of the page and working outward, and very quickly with just very fast motions here and there, scribbling in this direction and that direction. She draws out the face of the sorcerer that was fighting you before.
Fuck.
Hmm.
I knew it. Why? Why are we baiting him?
She holds up a finger as if to say, aha, and puts it underneath her mask and seemingly like nibbles on it a bit. And then taking it back out, she drops a bit of blood on both of the irises on him to color the eyes. She then flips it over like the piece of paper
Mhm.
and again starts scribbling out an image. This time it's much more abstract. It does seem to be a humanoid, but it looks to have a series of this one seems more distant. It's not just like a bust profile of like the clavicle up on a person.
Mhm.
This one's like a full body of this kind of gaunt dangling figure whose rib cage is like packed to the muscle with a lot of extra ribs, and they all arc up towards where a head should be. And then once again she puts a little like drop of blood right in the center of where there's just kind of a void of space where a head should be on this skeletal, very gaunt looking humanoid.
Do I
Hmm.
recognize that?
You do immediately.
She kind of like sucks in a harsh breath. I'm assuming it's death.
Yes, you immediately recognize a depiction of Moros.
She sucks in a bit of a breath and goes, fuck.
You recognize this?
That's Moros.
That's death, isn't it?
Yes. I'm assuming you dropped blood on the eyes. That thing has death's eyes?
She gives a thumbs up, and then she also brings together her fingers and links them together to imply the connection.
So you need Death's eyes.
She lifts up one finger and wags it side to side.
No, you don't need Death's eyes.
She holds up her hands and she points at her ring finger. And then she brings together both of her pinkies and locks them together. Then puts her hand over her heart. And then points back towards Moros.
You love death.
She shakes her head side to side.
Oh, okay, good. You're married to death?
She shakes her head side to side.
Charms is lost.
Death doesn't work like that. That's honestly, I don't even think Death has actual emotions. It's kind of a bastard. Shot in the dark here. Stories mention that there's love involved, kind of, with something. Is your love dead?
She nods her head.
Well, that makes that a lot easier. You need that thing's eyes to see your loved one?
She lifts up her hand to give the side to side kind of motion.
Close
Like
enough.
the 50-50.
And why should we help you?
She just shrugs and just sits down in the chair again.
Do you have a plan?
She nods.
She doesn't. I don't think. And might be speaking for you, but I don't think she really cares much about us.
Why would she?
She cares about using us as bait, so she can enact her plan.
Mullen looks over at her, seeing if the charms is correct.
She then nods, reaches towards the paper again, flips it over back towards the depiction of the sorcerer, and from her palm, this sort of crystalline blue arrow sinks its way out of her skin. She grabs it and stabs it down onto his skull.
You're going to kill it?
She nods.
Well, that would stop him from going after me.
She nods.
In turn, that would probably keep Talia safe. Fine. You've convinced me. But don't think I'm doing this out of the goodness of my heart.
There might be something in it for us as well. With his death, he would lose, well, all of his possessions to us. Perhaps he carries something which might lead you to your own salvation.
Makeshift.
Yes.
Would it be possible for me to think back over the encounter with this thing?
Yes.
And, try to think about the magic he was using? I want to...
Yes.
Okay, cool. What would you like me to roll for that?
Give me an Arcana check.
Okay. 16.
Nice. As you think back to it, you remember how various parts of his body were just growing new mouths as he was receiving injuries, as well as the fact that when his face and eyes got attacked, he didn't seem to lose his ability to see, and the wound on his face regrew rather quickly. And you also recall how he made that spike come out of the ground with just one of his fingers pointing. He seemed to need to make that hand motion for that to occur. So it seems like, however he's using his magic, it seems like he likely has multiple bones or body parts from death inside of his body right now.
He has a lot of parts of death. Oh, that is very bad. Oh, that is very, very, very bad.
You see the woman nod at you, and then she makes a motion. She like points down towards her drawing of him, and then lifts up her hand as if she's like grabbing at a doorknob and turning it and opening it. And then she pulls the drawing free of the arrow piercing and flips it back over and points back at Moros.
I'm sorry, I don't understand that one.
No. Oh, I see. For the death of our attacker, we could possibly have an access to Moros.
She gives a thumbs up.
That is incredibly terrifying, and all the more interest falls upon you as to who. Or rather, well, my interest of you has increased, that's to be sure.
You're talking to
Are you
the
talking-
woman, right?
Yeah, the woman.
Oh, okay. Yeah, she doesn't really seem to give much a response to that.
Mullen kind of moves her hand down to the pouch where she put the finger bone, and she's thinking. Well,
I have a question for you.
who?
He looks at the woman.
Okay.
You're going to use us no matter what we really do. So I have a proposition. If we aid you willingly, would you possibly be thinking you could help us with something?
They look at you for a moment, a bit like quizzically, and they give you a shrug. Kind of like sure, yes.
If you're strong enough to clearly be a threat to this one, you might possess enough knowledge for... What was it you said? He looks to Malin. You wanted an out with Moros?
Yes.
Is that something you could conceive helping us with?
She nods.
Very well. I don't think we can do much more for tonight, though.
She lifts both of her hands to the side of her face to mimic a pillow.
Yes. Rest would be a good idea.
And she stands up from her chair and walks down the stairs to just one of the rope tricks.
Mullen's going to kind of... Wait, is she taking one of the rooms?
If you're not fast enough, yeah.
Oh, fuck me. Alright, whatever. Well, Mullen doesn't
Maybe.
really give a shit. Mullen kind of waves her hand at Little John, trying to get his attention.
Little John notices, and as he's pulling ears out, you hear like a slight pop.
Jesus.
It's like, oh, you don't.
I was-
I was picturing like a Shrek candle situation.
Yes. Where
Oh
he
my
has
God.
like a long ass wax on his fingers now.
Jesus. Anyway, Mullen...
Listen, he may be a poor boy, but he ain't that dirty.
Good. Mullen kind of puts both hands on her hips, not in like an annoyed way, just more of the I gotta like. It's the mom stance.
Deal with it.
I'll inform you of what has occurred in the morning, but we need sleep, especially you.
Mhm.
Go take one of the rooms. Wait.
Okay.
And then she kind of stops and is like, wait. And she turns and she looks in the direction where the woman went. Did she just take one of the rooms?
She did.
Probably.
That means it's Pepper's in one. She's in the. Oh. And she kind of like turns and looks at Charms and goes, "You mind sharing again?"
Oh, I wouldn't mind at all. It would be my pleasure.
She tries to hide. Let me actually hold on.
Can I
hold
make
on.
an insight to see the vibes going on here?
Oh,
Can I make an insight
Oh,
to see if I understand?
yeah. She tries to hide a smirk, but she kind of just like shut up.
this is towards John.
Oh,
Yeah.
can I see if I counter roll that with Inception?
Inception.
Inception.
Sure, perception.
Perception.
Probably be
See if I
insight.
could-
Yeah, insight check, I guess.
Insight? Okay.
Insight,
I'm just
yeah.
doing this just for the purity of funnies.
Here comes the nat 20.
Nat 20.
Nat
Nat 20.
Nat 20.
Okay. Wait. Give me the powers, oh great gods. Matthew Mercer, please give me. Yeah, wait. I understand. None of that. I see y'all as really good friends.
That history
It's like-
will call them roommates, best friends, buddies.
Wait, so that John like no one see what's going on, so like just looks like, wait, does that mean I have to share the room with Peppa?
No, you can take your own room. I don't mind
Oh, there's
sharing
one?
with him.
Oh, okay. I didn't notice there was another room, but okay, I'll go to your
There
room.
were 4.
Oh,
You may have to share with Henrik though, unless he wishes to share with his friend.
okay. I don't know how to count. That's
It's
why I
alright.
didn't know.
It's fine. You're fine. Go get
Okay.
some rest.
Okay.
And she,
You have a good night.
as he passes by, she kind of like pats his back. And once he's gone, Mullen's gonna turn and look at Charms. No. It's not going where you think it's going.
No. He has a very pleased smile upon his face.
Is John gonna hear this time?
You can wipe that smirk off your face.
I can, but why would I?
I need to do something before anything else. And it would be appreciated if you kept an eye on me while I do it.
Need to converse with Moros.
You are too smart for your own good.
No, I've heard many people say that.
Hmm.
They didn't say it for long.
And I would prefer to do it in the... She kind of like makes a hand gesture to the rope thing. The weird spell place. Just that way, no prying ears.
Of course. There's a neat little trick where if you pull up the rope, it becomes incredibly hard to enter.
Yes, let's do that. And
He'll lead the
yep.
way.
Okay, cool. She'll follow him then.
Yeah, he'll extend the arm like he did the last time.
Oh my god.
She
She kind of gives him a little bit of a look, but then she'll and like slide her arm back into it because it's like, god damn it, he's charming, but Tish.
Lol.
All right,
Yeah,
and she'll follow him to the place, the spell, the trick. I don't remember. Rope trick.
Rope trick.
Yeah.
Rope
Yes.
trick. Yeah, she'll follow him up there. Once
kind of rope trick.
once she's up there, like, what does it look like up there? Is it like? Because I remember when we used it in ROV, it was like a attic space. What does it look like here?
Here it just looks like another like in room.
Okay, cool.
Plenty space inside of it. It could fit like
Okay.
6 people.
Cool. Oh wow. All right, cool. Yeah. So she'll enter and She'll sit on the edge of the bed and hold the pouch. She's not going to take the bone out yet.
Gotcha. And do you all lay down and start snoozing?
I'm not snoozing yet.
I want to see how this goes. So Sharms is gonna observe.
Cool.
Okay.
All right. Here we go, boys. She'll kind of like look over at Charms and then just be like, "The last time I talked to him, I came out in that form again. So just
Well, I've already seen it once.
yes, it's just very annoying." Okay, and she'll open up the pouch and reach in and grab the bone.
You do that, reaching in to grab the bone,
Taking my other shot.
And-
Let's go.
and it doesn't seem to do much at first, but within you, that intention to try and reach out to the god that grants you your power starts to alter things. And suddenly around you, Malin, the air seems frozen. And looking over at Charms, they seem to be completely motionless, unblinking, and unadjusting.
That's spooky.
And you realize that motion is simply gone from the world around you. And then it all starts to droop and drip and drift and turn into this kind of mushy fog that slowly and gently sleeps away like it's in a current being brushed away. And as you see that fog kind of drift beyond you and look in the direction where it's going, it arcs upward and forms a wall. You're in this kind of... Oh, I had to burp a little bit. You're in this kind of a void of light where behind you is this kind of whitish ethereal space, and in front of you is this foggy wall that arcs up into the unknown. And just beyond this delicate wall of fog, you can see the very clear silhouette of this dangling, almost colossus, not colossus, but colossal and vast entity whose ribs protrude up in this arcing shape around where a head should be. And one of its right arm reaches up and slowly protrudes towards the edge of the fog, and you see some fingers dip through it, leaving a streak behind it in their path. And the hand reaches close to you, but very slowly just comes to a halt in front of you. And it's this gaunt, gray, emaciated, skeletal hand. But from the finger bone that matches up with the one that you're holding, you see a mouth sprout forth. And it smiles at you with a grin and goes, "Ah, Malin. There. How have you been?"
Would have been better if you would have told me about somebody trying to collect parts of you and then come after me. A warning would have been nice.
What warning need I give? I only desire for my body to be reassembled.
You're a right git, you know that?
Such things as these terms are cared about by mortals.
Yes, I know, you don't give a shit, you're immortal, yada yada.
Now then, to work in assembling my body.
Can you repeat that? I didn't quite pick it up, it kind of cut out just a little bit.
Yes, his voice is hard to do.
Mm-hmm.
He says, "Now then, good work in assembling my body. What is it you wanted to discuss?"
Our pact. She looks like she doesn't know exactly how to word this without accidentally angering a god, especially a very powerful one that kind of holds her child's life in his hands. It is still upheld, yes? She lives?
"Yes, I have barred her from the doors of death. She lives."
Good. When I made the pact with you, I had no intention of actually reassembling your body. And yet here I stand with another bone of yours in my hand, and another in a friend.
"Indeed, the sorcerer who finds himself tracking you for his pact. He has lived for a long time."
How long?
"At this point, it has been over 500 years.
My God. 500 years. Fuck, I really wish you had told me about this. And of course you didn't. Alright. Listen. How much of the events of today do you know of?
It seems you're in contact with Diaz Laverton."
Do I recognize that name?
Yes, you do
Oh.
immediately recognize that.
It kind of hits her and her eyes go a bit wide and she goes, Laverton. That's... I thought she was dead.
Indeed, by some metrics. It even eludes me in some ways. Rather perplexing. However, I feel a strange sense of nostalgia from her. She is family after all.
God, shit. Are you going to work against me if I go along with her plan?
Of course not. All will eventually end, and when that happens, I will gladly embrace you all and show you to your next life.
And she takes like a very deep breath and tries to not step away from his hand and like, ugh. Fine. My friend, the one that now has a part of you inside of her, will she have powers like myself?
I suppose you shall find out.
Cryptic bastard.
Yeah?
Oh my, that fucking laugh. She like grimaces a bit. That's all then, I guess.
Until we speak again, then, Malin. And the hand recedes back into the fog.
Can I ask, what did
Yes.
Charm see from his point of view?
From his point of view,
Mhm.
you saw Mullen freeze up for like a minute now, and she's just been holding still.
Would you maybe say deathly still?
Yes.
All right, thank you.
All right. Well, that's all she wanted to talk to him about, and mostly just to cuss him out for being an asshole. Um,
And once he recedes behind the fog, you snap back to awareness and
snap back to reality. Oh,
in
there
the
goes
blink of an
gravity.
eye. Yeah, indeed. And then you immediately feel a sensation of being back in your body properly, and you're back inside the rope trick room.
Let me
Would
just
your real body
okay, cool.
stand up?
Cool, it doesn't make me dizzy. Okay, lovely. She kind of like snaps out of it and looks down at the bone in her hand. Cryptic busted. And she'll drop it back into the pouch.
Welcome back to the land of the living.
That was terrible pun.
Come now. Just
Oh.
having learned that you are now a pact bearer of orders of death has to be celebrated with a little pun, don't you think?
Insufferable pun. Terrible. You can do better. I believe in you. And she kind of shifts slightly and she goes to tie the thing back onto her belt and then looks at it again and goes, I'm going to need a better place to put this. But I am not fusing another part of him to my fucking skull. That hurt too much last time.
Sounds like a painful operation.
You have literally no idea.
And I do not think I want the concept of it.
No, you don't. And I don't want to relive it. And she gonna... Do you by any chance have a place that this would be safer, or... I don't know, am I swallowing this damn thing?
Well, I wouldn't recommend swallowing it. But as if I have another spot that's safer. Well,
Thank you, dog. Very cool.
Archimedes could carry it, but Archimedes is in close proximity to me. Feels rather dangerous. What was it? A single touch?
It's... It doesn't do things like that. It's... I don't know how it works for other people, but for me, when I touched it, I would just immediately met him and made a pact. He promised Talia's safety, and like a fool, I took it.
Well, it's currently making Pepper very sick.
That it does do for... At least it did it for me. I was... Oh god, I was nauseous for 2 weeks.
Let's see. He'll sit and think for a moment. Well, I could repurpose a water skin. No, actually I could do better. You wouldn't happen to have... No, I do. He reaches into his backpack and pulls out a hammer. He looks it over. You know what? Come morning, I can fashion a little hiding place for that bone in this hammer.
You can.
Yes, indeed. I am a man of many skills, of many professions.
I am aware.
No. Not just simply blacksmithing, wood carving, tinkering, as you've seen multiple times now, thieves' tools. And this. And he pulls out a disguise kit. If you wanted it more close to your body, I could literally fashion something that would hide it and have it on your person at all times, and it would look natural.
That may be something to be decided on tomorrow. As right now, my brain is quite soupy, and I am very tired.
Yes, I'd rather not have to stare down. It. Yes, I too am quite tired. Having stared down that man has a draining effect on one.
Can we even call it a man at this point?
I don't know. You seem to know more about him.
I wish. Maybe that would make it easier to defeat him.
Well, questions for tomorrow. Come now, let's sleep.
And she will get ready to go eepy bye.
Yeah, baby.
Yee baby. Is CP.
Maybe. Maybe.
Makeshift.
Yeah, looking like unless Lil John wants to do something else. Yeah. You all good? Okay, word. Then yeah, that wraps up session 3.
Woo!
Ooh.
Hell yeah, baby.
They just do a little bit of whoa. Well, fucking Christ. Alrighty, thank you guys for coming out to session 3. I swear to God I can speak English. My brain is just quite soupy. Anywho, that was really fun. I had a
Soupy-oopy.
shit ton of fun. We met Veriton. Very cool. Mullen's gonna have a lot of questions for her in the morning. Anywho, as far as I know, we should be back next week. So if that's
Wonderful.
yeah, as far as I know, we should be back next week. Don't forget that we do still have the Reclamation on Tuesday afternoons for you American folks, evenings for us Europeans. That is going to be quite fun. Other than that, I don't really have anything else. Yeah. Anybody else? Anything they want to say before we bid adieu?
My cat is a piece of shit who's awake now.
Oh boy. Oh no.
Lil John is the best character, and he is trying his best.
He's doing
Without
great.
a doubt.
I believe in
He's
him.
doing good. Yeah.
Believe in the me that believes in you.
Believe in John that believes in himself.
Exactly. All right, but with that, we are going to say good night. Thank you guys for watching, and we will see you again next week. Good night.
You know.
Good night.
Good night, everybody.